Minute since we've done one of these lives. I'll admit I'm not feeling as prepared as I was before. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll know I'm not in the van. I'm actually luckily at a beach house today, which I'm really grateful for because my mother-in-law has access to it, which is kind of crazy and nice. But I figured we'd go live, and honestly the main reason is I have a bunch of returns here that I want to be giving away. So we're going to start just kind of doing whatever, answering any questions. I know it was kind of sprung last minute. I just asked if people wanted to do it. And I actually have a lot of random returned items that I kind of just want to get rid of because I don't normally have access to this, but right now I do. So we're going to give these away today, do any Q&As about Amazon business stuff, any sort of YouTube even, whatever you guys want to talk about, struggling through these last couple of weeks of the year, or whatever wins you have from the year. I'm excited. I'm planning on doing some pretty big wrapped videos just on kind of what it's looked like over this whole past year, but it is way hotter in here than I thought it would be. And I was even planning on turning on that fireplace, but I don't know if we will do that. Let me know if the audio quality is good. Right now I have on a shotgun microphone that just connects to my phone. I've tried to use it a couple times before to not great avail, and I just realized that the lighting might be terrible in here, and that's really fun. But I have my laptop as usual to answer any of the chat questions, and so if you're here and you want to send a message, let me know. I have the slow mode on, as you'll see, for every 2 seconds, just because the last couple times that I've done one of these, even though my screens have been so small, I've been getting a lot of weird trolls, like racist stuff and stuff that we're not fans of here. So that's why you can send a message every 2 seconds. And if there are some of the normals in here, then we might we might get some moderators. Let me know about the audio quality though. What's up, David? Good to see you, Dave Blinko. I don't think I've seen you comment before. That's awesome. Also, if you guys have it, 6 o'clock, so it's past dinner time. So I got Christmas ale, which just pretty much smells like nutmeg and cinnamon. So that's that. Let me start to show you guys some of the stuff that we got. There's some white noise in the back. Probably, Max. I got the door open because, here, I'll show you. Please don't be terrible lighting. But we got the beach right here, which is kind of crazy. Do you think if I use this, I could sell a course for come and join my Amazon FBA course for $1,000 and I'll give you the platitudes that you can get for free on a bunch of different YouTube channels? That would be annoying. Yeah, I don't know if I ever want to sell a course. Probably not. I don't feel like I have the need to. The way that we live our lives regally, I'm not going to have the need to do that, especially with the way ad revenue has been going from YouTube, which has been pretty nice. Let me turn on this light, though. And I also got a new tripod today. If you watched today's video, you saw that because I've been posting videos, shooting them the day of. And so, got a nice tripod. Max, I know you commented on this. I'll show you the monopod functionality of that. And let's see questions that I'll roll in for any Amazon stuff that you have. But what's sweet about the tripod, Max, is we'll open it down, and then this part right here, just one of those, you can screw it off, and then it's got a 1/4-20 on it, and you can put whatever ball head you want onto this specifically and have just a monopod, as well as having the total tripod, which is going to be nice because I've been shooting at some really weird angles recently with my Gorilla Pod, which has not been as fun. So we got David, we got Max. I think it's the connection, but nice view. Oh, that's not good. It's supposed to have good. Oh, did I not turn on the Wi-Fi on my phone? I probably didn't do that. I'm not smart sometimes, y'all. My bad. If the connection's bad, let me know. I don't think. No. Yeah, it looks like it will. Actually, it should be on. Let me just double check real quick. Try not to X out of anything. And I'm sure we're back. Cool. Yeah, let me show you some of the stuff that I got. I got a notepad for anybody who wants to claim some of these things. I thought we might do some Q&A and whoever answers the right question can get it, but I got a decent amount of just returns that I don't need anymore because I don't have any place for them in my van. Where'd I put my... Man, y'all, I really did not get everything ready like I should have. Got my famous whiteboard. I need to get a new one of those. But, and then, man, I'm prepared. I think we'll be here probably till 7 o'clock or so. I think Carissa's cooking dinner, which will be nice. But I'm going to put my Instagram handle on here. And if you want one of these things, obviously I'll shout out who wants to claim it in the chat. There's no strings attached or anything. I'd love to do a Q&A, but I think this is just something that I'm probably going to unlist after it happens. And so any questions, anything you guys want to talk about, I'll be free to for about an hour. And I'll give away some of these returns that I have. But my Instagram handle is going to be at AMBDNZA. Just my last name, and the only vowel is the A. Pretty simple. I don't know where I can throw that, so I'll just hold it up occasionally. And if you guys want anything, let me know in the chat, and I'll earmark it for you so that you can send me an address, and I can ship it out at my expense, Christmas present to y'all, if you guys want. But these lives hadn't been doing super well since I started doing them again, so I don't think we'll be doing a lot of them unless you guys want to do more of them. But we'll definitely do this one because it's Christmas time. So I'm gonna crack open this so I have some hydration. Well, never mind. I don't know where I put anything today. I'm such a mess. All right, so some of the things that we have. Not a lot of crazy fun stuff. The crazy thing is though, this little thing right here, it's a Spy Point. It's a hunting camera thing. I bought a bunch of these at Academy last year. They were at $10 on clearance from $30 initially. And I was selling them for like $50 or $60. A lot of money. Let me check my inventory lab to see how much money I made off of these. But this got returned, open box, and in the time that it spent at Amazon, it literally got rusty. You could probably see that red down there. That's rust from sitting at Amazon because it got returned last October and it got sent back to me like 14 months later. I still have something sitting at Amazon as a removal order right now that hasn't gotten sent back to me, shipped back to me, even though it got returned to them in October of last year. So 15 months, 14 months, it's just been sitting there. And it's something, of course, this is the one thing that I promised to somebody, but one of my friends, it's a knife from, is this Steph Curry's wife? No, it's not Aisha Curry. It's some famous chef person, but it's a knife from her, and I promised it to somebody, and now they're not going to get it until it gets back to me, which was probably going to take 2 years at this point. I might be out of my van 3 years from now, and Amazon will finally send it back to me. But yeah, I saw a couple of things coming through. I'm just trying to look up my overall sales for this thing. I'm going to search up the title, Spy Point. And if anyone is hunting and wants this, let me just search. No, I think it was SB300. SB-300. Advanced search, all time. Yeah, not within the last month that I saw this. Okay, yeah. I sold it initially. I was selling it for $30. And I was selling it used like new. I wasn't even approved to sell it new. But I started selling it. I was selling it for $30 used like new. Then eventually got up to $60 what I was selling it for. Jeez, let me show you guys this. And so initially down here, $30, $60 is what I was selling it for. I was profiting $30 per unit at one point. That was just wild. So, yeah. And so, that was because it was 2 units. Never mind. It was $30 a unit at that point. Yeah, it was always $30, I guess. And then finally, it started selling for way less. And I was recently selling it for like $18 just to get it out of my inventory. Because I realized something about Amazon FBA. Some items are just seasonal. I'm realizing that a lot with some of like the bass fishing stuff, which is why I have some of it here that I'm going to be giving away. But I've realized that a lot. Some stuff is just kind of seasonal, and I bought too much inventory, and now it's just been sitting at Amazon, not selling at all, even though I was selling multiple a day. And that's just because no one's fishing for it. I literally went to the pier last week, as you guys probably saw in my community tab, and I didn't get a single bite. And so no one's going fishing as much right now, even though I'm in Florida right now. And this is like the one place where you maybe would catch some fish as a recreational person. As a pro person, you're probably not buying the stuff that I'm selling, but as a recreational person. And so this, if you're hunting and you have a security camera that would spit, it's the Spy Point SB300. I don't know who would have this. This is like a long shot. Otherwise, this is probably going to get recycled if it can be. And yeah, just let me know in the chat if you want it, and then reach out to me there. But yeah, I think, let me look at the overall title. I'm going to get the ASIN real quick just to see how much this was profitable by, because it was a ton. SB300. I think overall I made probably close to $500. Yeah, revenue was $1,400. Profit was $430 on just one find from Academy, and that's after selling some stuff for a loss. My average ROI was 93%, which is pretty wild. So just look out for those clearance things at Academy. I bought them out of all the academies, and then a bunch of them never sold, and now they finally are all gone out of my inventory, which is really nice. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this chat. Jared88, how long do you plan on van living? Is it everything you thought it would be? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Happy holidays to whatever holiday you guys are celebrating, if there is one that you're celebrating. Van living, we're planning right now around 3 years. We left in September, so we've been doing it about 3 months. Obviously, it doesn't look like it right now because we're at this crazy house, but man, it is so hot in here. My bad. The 3 months, I'm going to go open that door again. We're planning on about 3 years for right now. We're not exactly sure when it's going to end, because if we can do it for longer, we might. If we want to like settle down, buy a house, maybe do international travel, we will. We do have another channel called the Story Travelers. I don't think I have it linked here. I have it linked in the video I posted yesterday though. If you want to check that out, that's our kind of travel channel that we're doing. But yeah, so we're not exactly sure. Is it everything that we thought it would be? It's more and less in different areas. It's definitely, it's lived up to the hype for sure in terms of van life overall. It's been nice to have the flexibility, but it's also, you feel very transient. There's not a lot of community with it, especially since we've been on the East Coast. West Coast is a lot more van life community, so we're excited to just get out there. We're gonna leave Florida, head to Tennessee for probably a week, and then head over to Kansas where we have a friend, probably Missouri actually, and just be over there for probably a week or two, and then go down through Texas, and then finally, probably by February, we'll be out west, and that's where a lot more van community will be, which will be really nice to have just people that we can actually hang out with, because it's been just me and Carissa, which is good. We've learned to communicate really well. Our relationship has grown a lot through going through a lot of like difficult conversations and stuff, but it has been more and less for sure. Ruben Jumps, yo, love your videos, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Hey, Anthony, where are you? Stephanie, we're in Florida right now, so kind of boring because that's where we've been for the past 3 years. Also kind of cool because we're literally on the beach. And even though it's 60 degrees out, I'm definitely going in that water. Move with purpose. Do you do drop shipping? No, I don't do drop shipping. Personally, I don't think drop shipping is, I don't know. I don't know if it's on, I haven't looked into it enough to feel like it's ethical or not, but it feels kind of scammy to me since they don't have actual quality control over the product. But that's just my opinion. You do you. I haven't looked into it to have a fully formed opinion, so definitely uninformed. Steven, enjoy watching your videos. Very informative, helpful. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas, Joanna. Thrift Trippin', Randy and Mimi. Hi, Anthony. My husband and I love your content. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Joanna, I love your lives. Just bad timing. Always watch your videos if I can't get to your live. Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying. I would love to do the lives a little bit more, but it doesn't necessarily seem like that's something that will be in the cards. Where is my thing to open this dang beer? Who knows? Okay, let's get to some of this stuff in case you guys want, whoever's here, like, just stake a claim on it. You guys can fight it out. But I have 4 of one thing and then a couple of some others. So that first thing, the SB300, I don't feel like many people would be interested in this unless you have a very specific use case and you want a rusty thing for your hunting. Honestly, this is probably just going in the trash. It's frustrating. I can't believe Amazon took a year to get that back to me. So next, we have open box. It's not been used, I don't think, unless a customer used it, returned it to Amazon. It's these Skull Candy headphones. And if you guys didn't hear at the very beginning, all this stuff, like, if you want it, just let me know that you want it. You'll have to reach out to me over on Instagram with your address so I can ship it out. But I'll ship it out to you guys at my own expense. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'll ship it to you. These are just Skull Candy headphones. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of them because of the wire around your neck. I'm looking for more like the ones that come in the pill, kind of like the AirPods Pro. I'm really just waiting to save up for those, but I also want the Sony like big over ears for my editing. This is what they look like out of the box because someone opened them up and they have a little carrying case. I'm not trying to sell you, just let you know what it is. So if you want it, let me know if anybody wants anything. That's kind of the first thing on the docket. We got the Skull Candy stuff. I'm really hoping I don't have to take any of this in the van or give it to Goodwill, so if you guys would want it, just let me know. The second thing, why can't I get this back in? Oh, there's paper. Fun. The second thing that we have is going to be 4 things, and these are actually like pretty cool speakers. I can't play anything off of them because I'm using both of my pieces of equipment right now, but it's these little Altec Lansing speakers. If you do Amazon, you know what IP claims are. Essentially, it's when a brand says you can't sell on the listing because you're violating their intellectual property. And so I got an IP claim from Altec Lansing, so maybe try not to sell their products because I got warnings from them a couple times and I got a claim. Just like weird warnings that weren't like I've talked about in some of the other videos that I've talked about, but this was, yeah, it's this speaker. My mother-in-law has one. I got 6 of them that got returned to me. I gave one to her, and she has one. She says it works in the shower, so I want that. But this is what the speaker is. I pulled one out right here, which I'll show you out of the box, and it's pretty nice. It has a carrying case as well, and I have 4 of these. So whichever 4 of you guys want some of them, just let me know. But I got, it's just this guy. It has a stand on the back so you can set it on stuff. Pretty nice, and it's a pretty loud speaker, to be honest with you. I put it at like 3/4 speed, and I annoyed my wife and mother-in-law with it because it was too loud. So 2/4 speed, 3/4 volume. Yeah. And then it comes with obviously all like the cords and stuff that you need to charge it. Welcome everyone who's new. I see we got some people here. no one's wanting this stuff, obviously, because they get sold on Amazon. They get sold to you guys. I think I sold a bunch of these, too. I'm pretty sure I sold some of these, but then they got returned because of the IP claim, and I just wanted them back. But I tried to, whenever like I'll get like a warning or something, I talk about that in a recent video, but I'll always try to just get it off my hands like within a day or two, and if I can't do that, then I won't worry about it. But I have 4 of these guys. I'm just gonna start putting that back here. So, oh, that's nice. Oh, just gotta make sure to not turn on the fire too close to it. 4 of these speakers. Whoever wants them, I'll ship it to you. And then this weird thing for hunting, and these Skull Candy headphones. You want? So got those. And then just some kind of random fishing stuff left in here. Nothing crazy. It's just some lures. Same thing. It's just a Berkeley lure. Just got a couple of them. Berkeley Square Bull, Berkeley Pit Bull, small little fishing lures. Anyone wants them, let me know. And then this guy, a bomber guy. I would keep these for myself, but I'm terrible at fishing with lures, to be quite honest with you. I just fish with like live stuff or cut stuff, so I prefer casting nets to lures. And that's pretty much all we got for the most part. We got 4 lures here. I'll give 1 to each person, but if only one person wants them, I'll ship them all to you. And then these 4 speakers and the Skull Candy stuff. So yeah. Cool, let's see. Randy Mimi, I would love the speaker, but I'll pay for shipping. Just send my address on Instagram. Awesome, yeah, just let me know. I'll ship it out to you. Yeah, send it to me at AMBDNZA. Yeah, just let me know where to send it, and I'll send it to you. And then Adventures with Victoria. I caught you on live. I'm so excited. Love your channel, Anthony. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, this is takes me back. I loved doing these live streams for the while that we did them. Just got to be way too stressful after I moved into the van. This is one of the questions, like what it was like moving into the van. After I moved into the van, like trying to find a space that had good internet to do the lives, because we have good data plan, but we still need to find that place, and we need to be parked, and we need to be at a space where like Carissa's gonna know that she's not gonna have access to making a ton of noise in the van for a while. That's just a lot to kind of ask, and so so we stopped doing it a little bit, and it wasn't anything that was profitable for my YouTube channel, so all of that kind of there was a confluence, all of it kind of conflued? How do you say that word? All that kind of convalesced, I guess, into not doing the lives anymore. Yeah. Jarrett left a request on Instagram. Cool. Let me just make sure, see what it was you requested, so I can put it to the side real fast. 3 requests. Cool. Someone sent me something about wanting to do drop shipping with me. I get a lot of like people who are like, we want to work with you on blah 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 blah, and then it's just like, we want you to support our drop shipping thing. Speaker, Joanne, is that you? Let me make sure. Joanne, that's you, Jarrett88, right? I think I've seen you before in these. Anthony from the UK, hope you're feeling more relaxed today. Susan, yes. From across the pond, hello. Merry whatever holiday you're celebrating. I am definitely feeling more relaxed today. Honestly, if you guys didn't know, like that video I posted yesterday is essentially just called like the dark side of Vlogmas, which is what a lot of YouTubers are doing right now in creating content every single day. And that's what I've been doing, which has been really nice, like posting a video every day in December. My analytics, like I showed, have like looked really good. I haven't quite hit the goals that we set out. We set those in a video as well, so you've probably seen that. Not probably, but you might have seen that. And like my analytics are looking good, not quite as good as where I need them to be to hit my overall goals. But my income so far from like December, even though we still have 9 days left, 10 days worth of income since I'm still waiting on yesterday's numbers, it's been almost 1.5 times already what any highest previous month has been. So that's been really cool. But yeah, overall it's been a rougher month, mostly because a lot of the reason is the transience of van life. Like I don't have a place to just go to and make videos easily. I have to pick up and tear down everything. Like I'm already regretting having to tear down everything. Like this place that we're at is kind of a mess right now with a lot of my work stuff, just because I've left it all out, because it's been so nice to have that luxury to do that. Because every time like we need to go to the bathroom, if we're not at a Walmart, we have to move somewhere, and everything has to get picked up and then drop back down again, so I don't have like a space and everything can stay, which is one of the nicest things that I have back in my apartment, is I could just pretty much put my camera into whatever tripod I was trying to use, and then I would be able to hit record and start recording videos. But that is not the luxury that I have anymore. And we were planning on being, we're in Louisiana, but some personal stuff kind of came up, and so we had to move all the way over here, and I'm trying to deal with some brands who have reached out to potentially do some sponsorships and stuff during all that time, and all that just kind of came together in the week of Christmas, where I wanted to be present and excited and be done, because my goal is to be done with all my content by tomorrow, and I shot today's video today and just realized, hey, I'm gonna have to like not be 7 videos ahead. I'm just gonna finish out through the month as I go throughout the month, and that's okay. But making that video yesterday was very cathartic for me, just to lay all that out, and I really like externally processing with you guys, but I also know that that's something that a lot of people process through and go through themselves, so I wanted to make that as a video as well. Cool. So influenced. What's your IG again? I'll follow you there too. Yeah, I don't post there a lot. I really want to. I literally have 300 pictures in my phone from like doing van life stuff that I want to be posting on Instagram. They're really cool. And I was trying to think of like, oh, really cool captions. I think I'm just gonna kind of throw them up there without much captions, mostly because I just want them to be up there because they're really cool. But then again, I want to tell the stories that they are. It's a mess. So it's a mess. I'm a mess. That's what life is. I hope you don't think I have it all together on this channel. Sometimes it amazes me when anybody says that I help them. Are you still selling Skull Candy items, Joanna? I thought you got an IP claim. I've been wanting to jump on Skull Candy, but your video stopped me from purchasing. No, I never got an IP claim from Skull Candy. That was from Altec Lansing. That was this company. Some people have said that they've like heard of stuff from Skull Candy. I'm still selling Skull Candy. I haven't gotten an IP claim. The video that I posted about the Skull Candy item was a policy warning from. If you're talking about the video from last week, that was a policy warning that I got from doing, like, someone I think jumped on my listing. I changed the title. I'm changing my titles all the time if you watch my videos, but it was this video right here. This one, policy warning with that up there. I think someone hijacked my listing and just came on the listing and changed some stuff around, and Amazon's like, hey, you can't do that. But I haven't gotten any IP claims from them before. Some people have said that they have. I've heard, or a lot of people have asked me that question before, which leads me to believe that some people have said that, but I personally haven't gotten that. Hey, if you're on the stream, if you leave a like, that'd be sweet and help out a lot. Everyone always says that, but I always feel weird about asking about that. Milo, what's going on? I don't want to do drop shipping these big freaking box. I don't want to go dropping these big freaking boxes off at UPS. Give me motivation to do it. Just do it. I don't know how to motivate. Is it if you're just because you're with your family, just chill with your family. You can drop it off later. It's not if you ship something today, or if you ship something on like the 26th or 27th, it'll probably be a couple days of the same before it gets to Amazon. So I don't know. If you're choosing between working and like chilling with your family, then if you want to get out of chilling with your family, just go do that. That should be motivation enough. But it sounds like you're enjoying stuff. But if it's just something like you don't want to get off your couch and do it, I don't know, you could take the live there, you could turn this off as well. I don't care. Don't feel obligated to watch my content, just go drop your boxes off. Steven, is your last name Lochmiller? Maybe it's from Germany? Lochmiller? I don't know. Love your whiteboard presentations. Easy to follow your thoughts. Thank you. I love the whiteboard. Honestly, I think I might need to get a new whiteboard soon, unfortunately. This one, it's pretty big, and the back is made out of corrugated board, so cardboard or something, and having it just on the floor of my van, it's picked up a lot of dents and like scratches along the front. I might need to get a new one that's just like a solid hardboard or something. I was looking at actually, my wife's like, you're so freaking weird. I was on Amazon, I was looking at a whiteboard that is like a journal. So like you can just wipe it off. And that's what I was thinking, because a lot of times in some of my videos where I do those things, I have that's for like the big presentation. And then for smaller stuff, I'll like take these and I'll like rip pages out as I go through them. But I feel like I'm wasting a lot of paper doing that. I know it's not a lot, and I bought like an Amazon Basics pack. My wife got these for me for my birthday, which is the best birthday present for me. But it's also such a nerdy and weird thing that she literally bought me pens and paper for me. I have no life. If you watched yesterday's video, you know that she thinks that too. Yeah, I don't have a life. It's very true. It's not a positive thing. But I got this paper, so I feel like it's destructive just of having so much paper. So we'll try to do better at that. But yeah, I love the whiteboard stuff. Anything that you want me to explain on whiteboards, I love doing. It makes it easier. And this is kind of one of the things I'll before I respond to some of these, I'll put some of these aside and let you guys know. But I'm thinking about doing. I watched the video by Scott Kramer, who, if you guys don't know who he is, very different type of content. I love the commentary style of YouTube, which is why I've started doing some of those reaction videos because I enjoy doing them. I want to be good at them. Last one I did not do well. Got a lot of dislikes because I probably was a little too clickbaity in the title and just hasn't got a lot of views. But I watched Scott Kramer. He's in North Dakota. He did like kind of a video just going through his whole year and like how he progressed. And I really like the behind the scenes as a guy who does YouTube myself. And just like seeing what he thought about his own content. And so I think I'm going to do one of those because like this year, I think I started the year with 200 subscribers, something like that, which is just like, wow, mind blowing to me, the support that you guys have had. And so I'm interested, I'm just going back to see if I can figure out exactly what the number was. I'm interested to see like what kind of I did. And so just kind of going back through that to see. And so yeah, December 31st, January 1st, I had 269 subscribers. I don't know if you can see that down there. And so right now, we're at like 13 times that amount, which is just wild. 3,094 right now, just past 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And like the subscribers don't matter on YouTube as much as like views and actually watching. And so like even though with my subscriber count, I'll get as many views in a month as someone who has 13,000 subscribers. So like the subscribers don't matter nearly as much as the people who are actually watching and engaging, which is why I'm so thankful that all you guys are here. But I'd say guys very like emphatically. I meant to say you guys because that's more gender neutral, but I didn't mean to gender that. Sorry. Yeah, and it's just crazy. And so I'm thinking about going back through the year of my content, and I don't know where that thought started. You don't know. When I don't script a video out or have an outline for it, my editing process takes me 3 times as long because I go on all these tangents, and it's a mess. I was really hoping that was a twist off. It's still not. So. You should really get IP alert or something similar. Yes, well, so that's something I've been interested in. I think it's a little expensive. There is a brand, there is a product that I'm looking into, and also who are looking into me, that has something integrated with them about that. So I'm interested in that. I haven't honestly seen the need to. Like even with the IP claims that I've gotten, like I've been able to deal with it. This last one that I got, nice. I saw. Sorry, I looked over here. And I saw that right over here is the thing to open my beer. And I've been waiting, just like toying with it for a minute. But I saw that Cole, who's always in the comments, I haven't seen him in the chat yet, but if he's here, say what's up, Cole. But he said that he ran the brand that sent me like those, like the escalating letters that I talked about in 2 weeks ago's videos. I say like there's one video that you'll know of. I posted a video every single day this month, but yeah, he said that he ran that through that and it didn't turn back anything, and so I just haven't seen the need to do it. Seller Amp also has something like that. Yeah, I've heard of that. There's one other brand that I don't want to talk about because we're working on something potentially behind the scenes. Hopefully that takes effect, and if it doesn't, I'll still be interested in reviewing stuff, but it could be cool. What happened? Nate, how is the Q4 sales? Is it different? It's different. This year's slow. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good question. Here. I have a video that's going to come out. Let me look at my ClickUp. I think it's in like the first week of January is what I have it scheduled for, but we'll see if it actually goes for then. Basically, like the title, because I thought it'd be a little clickbaity, like in a positive way, where like people actually look. But the title would be like, "This is why your Q4 sales sucked." And a lot of it is like my Q4 sales were not nearly as good as they were last year. I can't go on to my seller app because it's on there, but like today, I mean, on average, I think I've sold around $280 to $300 something a day, which is pretty average for me. But last year, I sold about 20 to 30% more. And a lot of that's because I was a lot more intentional with gearing up before Q4 and the end of this. If you guys know, like I took 45 days off in August until September because I was just building up the van, and that's a really prime time to be buying stuff and just holding it, waiting for prices to increase, or like just having a lot of that inventory. And so instead of being at a place where my business was stable and all the inventory that I was buying was like really for Q4, I was just trying to restabilize my business. So it wasn't super good for me. And like a lot of the people I've seen do really well in Q4, a lot of the stuff they talk about, which I totally agree with, is really preparing for it early on in the year, like in Q1 through Q3, and making sure that you hit Q4 hard because of that. So yeah, let's see. I'm just double checking real quick to see what we've already got. It looks like Joan has the Altec Lansing speaker. Joanne, excuse me. That was bad. Martin. Let me see. I think. Nope, that wasn't it. I only see the one who has reached out for a speaker. I know that there was a second one in the chat, but they haven't set the address, obviously, which is totally cool. Send me that whenever you feel comfortable. And then I had some random brand reaching out. So we got one speaker for Joanne. I'm just putting all those to the side. No one's asked for fuck anything. Brandy and Mimi said they would like a speaker as well, so we'll just throw that over there. And yeah, if you guys are new on right now, I am giving away all the stuff that you see behind me. I got 4 fishing lures. They're mostly bass lures, I'm pretty sure. I don't do a lot of lure fishing. Yeah, so I got all this 4 different lures down there. You can claim one, and then if we don't get 4 people who claim one, the first one who reaches out will get all of the rest of them, and I'll just ship them to you. If you want to see like what they are more close, let me know. Then we have this little headphone thing, and then 2 more speakers, and this, which I don't think anyone will want, which is a trail cam case, which is a little rusty because it was on Amazon for a year and change. All right. Ooh. Oh, that's a good idea, Victoria. Victoria said, Milo, reward yourself once you do it. Maybe a coffee from the gas station or something you love. Yeah, getting those little rewards is helpful for me. I just have been too prevalent to give myself too many of those. I saw TikTok. I'm on TikTok too much. I've limited myself big time on it. But I saw a TikTok that was like, it was the sound. You know the sound where it's like, go little rock star. And there's this girl who was, she was like taking a 2-hour, like watching a 2-hour movie after doing 5 minutes of work, and I feel like that's been me for a lot of time, especially when I feel like overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that I need to do. That's been me. I'll do like 5 minutes of work, or like, no, I'll do like an hour of work, and I'll be like, just like my video a couple days ago, I was like, let me take 4 hours and go watch The Witcher. No, that's not a smart thing to do, but it is what it is. Nate Rick said, get ours whiteboard. Oh, got out whiteboard. Yep. Max, I'm the only German here, I guess. I guess so. That's cool, though. Danke for being here. I wish I knew more German. 065 senior HK. Hi, I think it's... Yeah, the H is right over the K is right over the H. I had to look at that because I'm silly. JRet88, do you ever source food or clothing? Love your great shopping cart angles while taping and when you get low and talk to us. Have you gotten any strange looks from other customers? Haha. Honestly, I probably have. Whenever I'm filming, though, like, I'm kind of really zoned in. It takes a lot more effort to obviously film when I'm sourcing. It takes more time to do that. But I really try to just block out what other people think. And a part of that is because, like, there is a little bit of that embarrassment. I just won't look at them. And sometimes people say stuff. Normally it's like, do you work here? Because they see me scanning stuff, but I try not to look. But I have definitely gotten some weird looks. Especially like I won't put people's faces in videos or whatnot if they have given me a weird look. But yeah, so do I source food or clothing? I don't do clothes a lot right now. I am probably gonna get ungated in Nike and Adidas here soon. And probably potentially make a video about that. I don't think I'll give out like specific suppliers, but like general ideas, because it's something that like I've had and if you have all that stuff, you don't need to reach out to me to give it to me. I've had probably 4 or 5 people give me the information in order to do it. I just haven't done it yet. So like I know where to go and what to do, but so I'll probably get engaged in Nike and Adidas, and then I'll probably start doing a lot more sourcing of clothes. Right now with the clothes that I am able to sell, it's not something where like time-wise it'd be efficient for me to do it, just because I don't want to be spending a ton of my time reselling. Most of the reselling that I do right now, I do it for the YouTube channel. And especially this month, like I have not done a lot of reselling, which is another reason why my sales aren't phenomenal in Q4. They're enough, like I've already pulled out enough money out of Amazon to pay myself this month, and I'm halfway to being able to pay myself next month. Luckily, since I don't need like pull a lot out, if you watch my videos about the numbers and stuff, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But don't do a lot of clothing. I probably should more, even with just Under Armour, just looking through jackets. Man, I really hate when I forget who said it, but I get a lot of comments and I respond to every comment, so it's hard to remember exactly. But someone said to source the jackets with Under Armour stuff and Reebok, and so I tried one time and didn't see anything, but I'm probably gonna start going out again in like 2-day increments like I used to, because I feel like my work days have been really split up instead of consistent. And so instead of like trying to source 3 hours every day or random days, like just saying, hey, these 2 days over this 2-week period are my sourcing days, and just going at it hard. I think that'll help grow my business next year. But I have some pretty I'm formulating some pretty insane goals in my head, not only around Amazon, mostly not around Amazon, but for what next year could look like income-wise, and I'm excited to share that with you guys here in the next week or so. I'm still just formulating it all, so I can't do that now. And then in terms of food, I don't do a lot of food right now, mostly because that's not something that I did do. I'm like, if you watch my categories video that I posted last week, it actually got a pretty decent amount of views, which is really cool. Just for like a general video on my channel, but I talked about the most successful category on my channel, and my business, 62% of my revenue comes from just the sports and outdoor category, which is why most of this is sports and outdoors, and the second biggest is consumer electronics, which is all the rest of this is. So that has provided enough income for me, and my Amazon business was always to serve the end of me building this YouTube channel to be my main full-time income source where I don't need anything else. But I don't think I'm going to stop reselling. Especially because it gets a lot of good content. It just might be scaled in a different way and with my time and whatever that might look like. But I haven't sourced those other things, mostly because this has provided enough for me. Because I know what enough is, and I'm not looking to scale that fully. I'm looking to scale this more. And so that's why I haven't pursued that as much as I would have which is why I don't necessarily always like to say I'm a full-time or a pro or an expert reseller. I'm not an expert for sure. I don't even know if I'm pro, and I don't even think I'm full-time. I make like part-time money on it, and I work on it part-time, but I am full-time because I quit my job. It's kind of a weird mix, and so whatever is profitable for me to post in the video, I'll post it in the video title a lot of times, but yeah. Looks like the chat's been pretty active, which is awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Yes. Okay. Hi. Oh no! Nice. Real solid. Chris did laundry today. Also, if you notice, I think I've worn this shirt in 80% of the videos that I posted in the past 2 weeks. And I just love it. I bought it at Burlington for like $10, actually, on a return that I got, which is okay. One thing about this, I'm getting my reseller certificate soon. I know I should have it by now. I am getting it like this week and posting a video about it. But one thing to know, like if I bought this with returns, money that I have from returns. It's like that has some tax implications. Since I returned inventory, this is technically a personal expense. And since I'm doing cash-based, this is getting way into the weeds. I'll try to keep it like in a minute. Since I'm doing cash-based versus accrual-based accounting, I take the write-off when I purchase an item, not when it sells. When you look at cost of goods sold for every month, you're normally looking at the cost of goods sold for what's sold that month. And in most big businesses, like the Nikes of the world, you don't actually count an expense on your business until that item has been sold. When you're doing cash-based, like what I'm doing, you don't worry about that. Whenever cash leaves my account or cash comes back into my account, it's an expense. Since I got whatever it was returned, but I had to get it returned on credit, on like a card as a credit, I'm not like, it's not something that I'm super worried about, like getting audited and whatnot, and like having to pay, like taking this as a personal expense. Like there are things that I don't write off my business just because it's too much of a pain there. And so like this is something that like I technically should have to pay my business for. Like my business made a personal expense. But the bigger deal is if I had my reseller certificate and I had made the initial purchase and I did not pay sales tax on it, if I bought this, I would have to pay sales tax on the initial purchase, the $10 that I initially spent, because there's something called a use tax. If you don't sell what it is that you bought with sales tax, you do have to pay the sales tax if it doesn't sell. And so if I go and buy $100 worth of inventory without any sales tax, and I'm in Florida where let's just say 7% sales tax, and then I only sell $50 of it, the rest of it comes back to me and I donate it or I keep it or whatnot, that $50 that comes back to me, I am going to have to pay a use tax on it, and I have to report that, which is a big old pain in the butt. But that's something to know. That was a tangent that I did not need to go on. And it all sparked because I spilled my beer everywhere. And now I'm very sticky and don't want to touch my keyboard. But you got to do what you got to do, you know? Perks of the job. All right. I'll give it a go. Yeah, I would definitely give it a go on the Skull Candy Joanna. Anthony, you really offer great information and really explain how to do things. That's why we sub. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Hey guys, I'll drop it off. Be right back. Bye, Milo. Hopefully you don't see this because you're dropping off your boxes. Good to see you, Christopher. What's going on? So my address on IG. Thank you. I want a speaker, Christopher. Awesome. Third speaker. Go to. We got one speaker left. One Skull Candy headphones. Personally, don't like them very much, but if you want them, you can have them. 4 fishing lures. I'm not even gonna plug that camera thing. I'm probably just gonna put it in the trash. All right. Bearded Picker, Alltech Lansing. Yeah, I got tons of that IP stuff laying around. Yeah, what a pain in the butt. That's honestly the main reason that prompted me to do this live. I really just want to interact with you guys as well because I really love doing these lives. But I was like, man, I got all these returns. Let's just see if anybody wants them. Yeah, that sucked. Anthony, if no one claims the lures, donate to local Boy Scouts. That's what I do in Georgia. That is smart. I was thinking about just going to a pier or something. Oh, thank you, Victoria. Big Ray, what does it mean when you have orders but they have not shown that they have been sold? Yesterday I had 9 orders and today there were 11. My profit has stayed the same. Good question, man. Okay, I think did I post this video? I have a lot of videos that like are right in my head but don't know if I think I posted. Yes. So I'll show you the video to go check out if you're interested in like a real in-depth dive of what this looks like. But we have here. Okay, let me find it real quick. What was it? It was, oh yeah, this video right here. It's called Do This Immediately When You Get Paid by Amazon. And it says, what pros don't tell you. Because I want to be edgy and get the clickbait, you know? Get the clicks. But I make those type of titles, like the title of today's video is like no one talks about this. Because I don't think people talk about this. They just want to show themselves sourcing, which is really good content. But there's a lot of like more in-depth stuff that'll help you to run your business more efficiently. So what happens? We have, oh, this is great. I'm going to get the whiteboard out. So let me just look across this right here. Just across the top. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it better. Okay, so whoop. Let me move all this around. Oh, I'm just going to take you guys off. I'm sorry. Please don't get dizzy. Okay, so right now we have 75 open orders. That's what you're talking about. Your orders went from 9 to 11. Sales here, this is the number. Total balance, 247,944. The other thing you could be talking about is if you're using Inventory Lab and you go over this dashboard over here, the profit number is how I used to look at everything. And so you'll see like profit, $300, profit, whatever. These numbers are really weird because I'm selling a lot of stuff that's really old. And so like, even though I'm making some profit, the total income is way higher than it should be. Because a lot of like the stuff that's older, I've had to price down big time. Like a lot of like, I talked about that in the video today, so go watch that. I'm plugging a lot of videos. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to, obviously, but that'll help to add context, and that's kind of where my brain is. So, what happens is, and this is my Instagram, if you're claiming stuff, let me know, send me your address and everything. So when you get an order, I'll write really basically what happens on Amazon, and I explain this much better in the video. But Amazon, you ship something in, and it's at the fulfillment center. This is where your inventory is, and then this is the customer. And then this is what happens. They order the item, and it gets sent to your pending orders. That's what that big number was. It said it was your pending orders. And that's where your money is. So this is what the customer does. This is where the item is, and this is where the money is. This is the most important thing, at least to me, the money right down here. So it's in your pending orders, so you don't actually see any profit on your Inventory Lab. You don't actually see any increase in your available balance on Amazon because it's still at the fulfillment center. And then after it gets ordered, Amazon will ship it to the customer. And when they ship it to the customer, it gets sent from the fulfillment center to the customer. And this normally takes anywhere from 1 to 3 days. This tripod I ordered yesterday, which you guys are sitting on right now, and got here today, which is awesome. And I need that to happen because I live in a van and I don't know where I'm going to be able to get stuff next. They have lockers and stuff, but it normally takes like 3 more days to get to a locker. Very annoying. So 1 to 3 days gets to the customer. So when that happens, the money goes from your pending orders to your balance. Not your available balance, but your balance. And it goes to your balance as reserve. I explained this a lot more in depth in that video, but you're technically going to see the profit on Inventory Labs more than likely during this time. I'm not exactly sure what API they take from Amazon, but it'll go into your balance as a reserve from your pending orders. But it won't become available to you until 7 days after the expected date. Money to, wow, this is a great example. 7 days after expected date to the customer, expected date to the customer is when this will become available for you. And that's when you can actually request the money, because you can request payouts daily. I posted a video about that. It was like a new seller update or something like that. But that's what happens. You get a pending order, then it goes to your balance as a reserve for up until 7 days after the customer gets it, and then it becomes available to you where you can request it out from Amazon every single day, or wait the 2 weeks to get it paid out. And that's kind of what happens when your orders go from 9 to 11 and you don't see your balance changing at all. This is especially pertinent if you're looking on the app, because the app, what it shows at the top of the, I can't show it right now because you're on my phone, but the app will show at the top where it says your balance, it's actually showing your available balance, not your current balance. So even if those pending orders go from 75 to 0, you're not going to see that balance on your app change, even though it'll change on the desktop, because your available balance doesn't change, just your current balance. And then 7 days later, you'll actually be able to have access to all those funds. Hope that makes sense. I see we got some no more message requests, I don't think, on Instagram. Just let me know about that. Cool. I can't see what has been ordered. Where can I see what is being bought? So if you go into the open orders right here, gotta put down my beer. Sorry, I probably should have read that with the other thing. But when you go into open orders, if you click on it, clicking on anything that's blue on Amazon, or like this teal color, you can click on and it'll give you more information. I'll click into everything. So you can see what has been ordered right down here, and that's where you can see what's been ordered. Yeah, all those blue numbers, you can click on it and get more information. I'm always clicking on that stuff. And like most of the questions that people ask me that are about inventory at Amazon can be answered if they just click a couple of those. How can you get ungated in Nike, Christopher? The main way is just to find a distributor, and then to get an invoice from the distributor with at least 10 units. Send that invoice into Amazon, make sure that the address is matched and everything. I haven't looked into this in a while, but I am looking into it because I'm going to be making a video on it here soon as I get ungated in Nike and Adidas. But finding the supplier distributor is the hardest part, and that's something that other people online could potentially help you with. I know some people put a price gate on that. But I think that there's enough information out there. And even in one of my previous videos, I found something out about buying something online that potentially would have made that happen. But I haven't found most of these distributors myself, so I'm not going to be giving this information out because of other people's information that they gave to me. Okay. I sell clothing, but way too many returns because of size. That's one of the things I've heard as well. I've heard returns are ridiculous in terms of clothes. Yeah. Ben Award, I would agree about the clothing. Way too many returns, all from sizing issues. Victoria, I love selling consumables, but it's a lot of work finding what sells and bagging it all up to send in. Yeah, that's the thing that's taken me the most time recently, has been bagging and expiration dating. Just all those labels take a lot of time. If I can find all sports and outdoor stuff, I love it. Like, if you saw my shipment video that I posted 3 or 4 days ago, I posted a shipment video where I did a Q&A of just asking 7 questions, and just like I was answering them as I went through my shipment. But that video, I got one shipment done in like an hour and a half of $900 worth of profit, which was 65% of the overall profit, and all of that was from like Academy stuff. And it took me so little time because it was all stuff that I didn't need a label, that was super easy, didn't need expiration date, I was just able to get sent in, and it was like 80% return on investment. It was great. I love that stuff. I wish I could find 100% of that stuff and sell it forever. Like the fire already. I was just too hot. Okay, we'll light it. What's really nice, I gotta make sure I don't burn anything, obviously. This place is way too nice for me. I don't deserve to be here. But let me find, oh no, the fire thing. Where did I put it? Oh, I am such a mess. Okay. This makes it even worse because if this happens in like a video, I don't mind because I can just hit that little Z and then the X and delete it out of the video. Those are my hotkeys, by the way. And then I don't have to worry about it. But when I'm here, I need to... Oh, the remote. It's literally where I was looking, except just behind it. Look at this. This is easy. Don't burn my stuff. What? Wild. I love it. Alright, we're going to lower you guys because I got a fancy new tripod. I love this tripod, man. It's so... I did not realize what I was missing out on. I bought my first tripod back in 2019 while, I was working at Enterprise still, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I was working there, not even as manager yet. That was a whole mess. That's a whole story. I think I need to make that video, why I quit Enterprise, and like my story there. I'm thinking about making a couple videos just about my stories from quitting enterprise. I almost joined a couple MLMs, pyramid schemes potentially. I quit a job after 2 days. Like my experience working at that bank. That's all stuff that I maybe should talk about. I'm thinking about making those videos. Those are kind of easier story time videos for me as well. I just got to make sure to keep it engaging and interesting. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, the story. The tripod. I bought the tripod at like a Walmart for like $10. Did not realize how nice these tripods would be when I bought this. But that was a $90 business, $85 business expense that I was not expecting to have to make. But it was a good thing. And thank you guys so much for supporting me on YouTube. Through just all the videos you watch. Main ways to make money on YouTube are just the ads that you get watched, but you can do like super chats on lives and stuff too, and all that stuff has just been crazy. What? Sorry, someone said a very bad message. Okay. Oh wow, there's been a lot more messages than I thought. Thank you guys so much. This is my favorite part of live streams, is when people interact. Clothing is bad because of return. I was working at Amazon for 4 years. It sucks. Wow. What did you do at Amazon? Were you in the centers? Ended up selling as used on eBay. Still sells, but not really making the full amount back yet. I tried to sell some clothing on eBay. I only sold a couple of shirts. They're mostly like soccer shirts and stuff. Did not do super well with that. Since you're a van lifer, how long do you stay in a certain area? And with that said, how many times do you go back to the same store to source? G-Stop Studios. I don't go back. I haven't been to the same store to source in months. It's been, except for one time when I went in and out of a Walmart to get dinner when I was in Lynchburg. But I shot that video, and that was posted probably about a month ago. But that was just because I needed to take a break for dinner. But being a van lifer, stay in the same spot. Normally, it's 3 to 7 days. We like to stay places longer because we are working a decent bit. If we're talking like areas of places, it's still about that same amount of time. But like staying in the same spot, we normally don't ever stay in somewhere more than 24 hours at a time, if even that. Normally we're trying to move, just because it's just weird. Living in a van is a little bit weird. But I haven't gone to the same store in a while. I used to be in Orlando, which is where a lot of my reselling content first was. I have playlists on my channel for everything, so I have playlists for like my sourcing, I have playlists for my shipping and everything. If you're like, just hit that playlist tab. I got playlists for a bunch of stuff, just in case you're interested in one specific type of content. You just want to watch through all my videos that I have on there. But if the very beginning of all my sourcing, I think the first half of that, actually, I have a playlist that's, yeah, speaking of, I have a playlist that is sourcing before I moved into the van, where it's all in Orlando, and every 2 weeks I would go, and so I would hit the same stores up every 2 weeks or every month, and that was a whole different set of challenges, but I go through a lot of that when I go through all that. Yeah, Max, you saw that coming. I probably should have, but I have not been paying attention. I think he's talking about me spilling my beer, which I should have. Hey, Tactical Z, what's going on? This is my first Q4, and wow, it's so fast-paced. I was doing 60% FBM, and the remaining FBA. That's insane. I've never done any FBM. I don't want to have to deal with the hassle, but this is also not the thing that I want to hustle my life away with. Not hustle my life away with. This is not the thing that I want to be doing mostly. I want to be mostly doing YouTube, so that's crazy. I have so much respect for that. Have you ever done FBM? No, sorry. I need to finish these before I answer them. If not, do you happen to know the pros and cons for both? Pros and cons for FBA, FBM? I'll just give you my own thought. FBM, you can sell stuff much faster. Like you can, especially Q4, flipping inventory is so much faster. Like you can sell stuff in the store. You list it in the store that you're on the listing, and boom, it sells and you ship it out. But then you have to deal with shipping it out and all that hassle and storing inventory if it doesn't sell that fast, which most of the stuff won't. And so that's the thing. Those are the things that I don't personally like dealing with. And the reason that I did FBA is I wanted to free up all of my time, and so I didn't want to have to spend the time doing all of the shipment, which is why I quit doing eBay when I was back in Orlando a couple months before I moved into the van. I have a whole series of videos about that as well. And so, yeah, those are mostly, and so for me, like, I just wanted to free up my time, and I didn't have a lot of space because I was in an apartment, and I didn't want to have any sort of storage unit, so I didn't do any of that, and I just shipped everything into Amazon. Didn't have to worry about it for the next 2 weeks because I would do 2 days of sourcing, 1 day of shipping in. But that's just me personally. I know FBM can be super, super profitable, and there are things that you can't sell FBA because they're hazmat restricted that you have to sell FBM, but can still be very profitable. But I just haven't had to do that. Tactical Z says that I have a drinking problem, just in terms of the mechanics of drinking, not in terms of the abuse of it. But I agree. I've never done FBM. That's something I'm going to try this new year. That's awesome. Everybody, I do think, like, if you're wanting to scale your Amazon business, that's something that can be really good. it's so interesting to me. I feel like sometimes the failure of an Amazon person, or like I don't feel like I am qualified to talk about it sometimes because I'm not scaling like crazy. Like I'm gonna just the 25 of you guys who are around here right now will know this, but I'm hoping this video does super well, and I'm planning on, it's not an expose, but like just a bigger video, basically the harsh truths of being a 6-figure Amazon seller. Like I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller technically, but that's not something that I like flaunt too much, and like not something that I would say like super confidently, because I've only pulled out $12,000 of profit this year for my business. I've held more of it in the business and used some for other things, but like the profit on $100,000 is like maybe 20 grand. Like it's not crazy to be a 6-figure Amazon seller, like potentially, but I've also done that working 6 days a month doing this. So like you can scale so much, and there's so much room to do that. But yeah, there's so many things in Amazon that I haven't tried and I don't plan on trying, but can be really good. So it's an interesting place to live at where I'm creating content about it, which is why I try to create content just like this is my experience, this is what I know and I have done, rather than like I am the expert, I know what to do. I hope this isn't burning the stuff. Seems like it's not too hot yet. I need to drink more to deal with the shaky screen. Sorry about that. I'll try to stay on the tripod. Randy, just sub to the channel, watch a few videos and this live stream. Enjoy your content. Thank you so much. Yeah, anything you guys want me to make videos on, I'm totally for it. I tried grocery and clothes, Joanna. Clothes is a lot of work. Grocery, for some reason, doesn't do well for me. My big money makers are toys and health and beauty. I haven't done a lot of toys. Personally, I'm just not that into them. Health and beauty, I have been finding a lot of stuff there, especially at like Ross's and Marshall. I've been finding a lot of stuff in like those topical kind of categories. They've been really good for me. The one thing that I'm going to try to do, because someone suggested it, and so I'm going to make this video, is I've been doing a lot of like 1-hour challenges, because one of the things I'm trying to get to in the new year is like one of the goals that I have for next year is I think this YouTube channel, since I grew about 13x this year, if I 10x next year, the revenue that I'll be producing by the end of next year will hopefully be in the $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Most of that I'm trying to pour back into the channel. But that also means that I don't need to pull money out of my Amazon business, and I can take some risks that other people don't necessarily need to. And so I'm hoping that a lot of the content that I create this upcoming year will be around different challenges or ideas that you guys have that you would want to see done or want to do yourselves, but like the risk is too high. Because like taking the time or energy, like first off, I'm making a video about it, so the risk won't be nothing because I know that I'll be creating income from the ads on the video. But on top of that, like there are things that I'm like, oh, I'm so interested if this is a viable way to make money, either on Amazon or trading crypto or doing all these weird things that I want to be able to try out for myself, and things that you guys have expressed interest in. But like, it's not something that would be smart to, if you're just trying to like quit your job or trying to build a smart income source for yourself, like you don't have the margin for that risk, and it's something that I might. And so I want to try to create some of that content that you guys might be interested in, like a challenge. And so someone challenged like, hey, you should try to only do camera scanning on the Amazon app to try to find multi-packs of grocery products, because that's not something that you can necessarily scan for. Like, that's a great idea. So like those type of videos are things that I'm more interested in doing towards the beginning of the new year, and towards the whole year, obviously. Alright. Oh, health and beauty. Never had a return on those. Yeah, that's the other thing. Health and beauty, not a lot of returns. Fishing stuff, not a lot of returns. I did get this return to me. I'm keeping this one though because I need another tackle box, and I like all the pier and jetty stuff inside of it. But not a lot of fishing stuff not a lot of fishing stuff gets returned because it just goes into the tackle box when someone buys it. And so that's one of the other reasons I like that too. Bearded Picker. So the biggest question I get asked, he also has a channel, you should check it out as well. And now as a channel joke, do you calculate gas money in your profit? Personally, I don't calculate gas money into my profit. Like yeah, I really don't. And a lot of places I'm sourcing because like I'm staying there to live, and so I guess like you can calculate that into it, but no, I have not calculated gas money into my profit overall. And if I would, I'd probably do it based on the IRS, which I am getting like a write-off for, obviously, but no, I don't do that. But that's a funny question. Anthony, have you ever tried an REI store for sports and outdoor stuff? I have not. I've gone to REIs and stuff. I'm gonna screenshot that real quick actually, because I have a folder on my computer of all of my comments suggestions, and that's gonna be another suggestion because I have a new series that I come out with, which we're either gonna call, we're still trying to decide, J Rowe, who's always on the channel as well, suggested that the name Unicorn Finds would be good, and I like first time finds potentially, or Profit Anywhere, something like where I'm just trying a random store that I don't know if there would be profit there, just to see if I can make $100 in an hour of profitable inventory. So I tried Dick's. I tried a place called Gabe's, which kicked me out. I'm gonna try Dick's again because they didn't have a fishing section where I last went. But like I want to try like Whole Foods. I want to try REI. Like all these weird obscure stores that's like you shouldn't be able to resell here. But I'm gonna try, see if I can find some profit in there, because most places that you're able to go into, I bet you can find some profit. But I haven't tried REI before, and I don't plan on it necessarily. Just because a lot of like REI is a relatively expensive place. That's where we'll go to like find very specialty stuff, and they don't often have a lot of great stuff on clearance. And the stuff they do have on clearance is called their garage sale, and they have that more for like returns that have been a little bit used. So not something I'm super interested in, but I'll definitely go check it out, see if I can make some money. Okay. I agree. Expiration date stinks so much, Victoria. Yes, totally agree. Curious as well, how much does the fuel cost eat into your hourly rate? I mean, honestly, not a lot. If we're talking, that's Dave Harrington. If we're looking at fuel overall, just especially because like my van is diesel, and so if we're looking at what fuel cost would be, it's about right now $3. If we're gonna like estimate it over everything, $3.50 a gallon is what we'll say. And I get about 17 miles to the gallon. Mostly in the city, we're closer to 19 when we're doing mostly highway driving, going across the country. Most of our mileage is write-offs because we do have that other channel, the Story Travelers, which I'm hoping to start making some money on soon. Subscribe to them and watch those videos. Subscribe to them. It's me. It's us. Subscribe to that if you haven't yet. But right now, I'm pretty sure you get 56 cents per mile as a write-off on your taxes. And so you could take that, but if we like actually broke it down, we got $3.50 per gallon, and I'm getting 17 miles to the gallon. How do I do this math? Divide. Yeah, divide. So we have 350. My math brain is not working right now. X miles to the gallon times dollars. I'm so confused. We're solving for dollars. Wow, this is bad. I think it's like 20 cents. Yeah, so I think it's 20 cents. So 17 miles to the gallon. And so for every mile, so we're solving for miles? Yeah, times gallons. Yes. Multiply gallons by gallons. 17 divided. So it's 20 cents per mile. Wow, that took way too long. So 20 cents per mile is what we're spending. Just about 20, it's like 23 cents per mile. And so our write-offs are 56 cents per mile. If we're making any sort of profit, that means that we would write that off of the about 8% that I pay in taxes. And so that's too many numbers. Essentially, it doesn't change it by that much, especially because we're driving already that much. And so you are able to write it off at what's more expensive than what you actually are spending, but you also have to factor in maintenance, which is why this is 56 cents per mile, because it also includes maintenance and other things like that, maintenance and repairs. But that, not major repairs, minor repairs, maintenance type repairs. And so that 17 miles to the gallon times 350 per gallon is about 20, we'll say a quarter a mile, but you're writing off 56 cents per mile. And so if we take down a quarter a mile, when I was actually in Orlando, I would do about 100 miles for a trip. So we subtract $25, like it's what? Maybe 3%, 3 to 5% of whatever the profit would be. So it's really not a lot. That was really bad. Should pull out the guitar and make a video. The singing Amazon source here. I've been thinking about writing an album while I'm out on the road. Actually, I've written some music before. My guitar though has been broken since I bought it, but I bought it while we were building out the van. And I just never took it to get it fixed. It's just the truss rod is a little bit bent. If you don't know what that, it's basically the thing that affects the neck a little, and so the 3 highest strings currently are a little bit tinny if you play them on the first 3 frets. So I have to either capo on 4 or get it fixed. So I'm just gonna need to go and get it fixed. But I've been thinking about writing some music, but that's one of the things I need to start doing to rest a little bit better. But I would, if I could think of a way to incorporate that into the videos, I definitely will. Welcome back to Florida, WT Floridian. I love that name, by the way. Did you know that everything at Amazon is in a bin? Even the FC is in a bin. But the number is hidden because it's possible that someone is deleting it on mistake. Interesting. I didn't know everything was in a bin. I have a huge eBay death pile, so I'm afraid of losing stuff. So FBM may not be for me. Hello. Yeah, the only way I could do it was by organizing, and that's one of the reasons I stopped eBay is because I had to reorganize like 4 or 5 different times with my inventory. That was such a mess. My husband works at Amazon too. He checks in FBA inventory in Georgia. That's why. Yeah, I think about those people all the time, especially when I send in boxes, because I'll send in. I don't like organize my boxes super much. I just try to pack it in as much as I can. I'm like, who's opening this box? And it's like, tell me, is your husband frustrated when people send a box like that? Because I'm like, all my stuff like is there, but I'll have like a bunch of little lures that are just kind of strewn about the box, and you just open at the top and you see all these lures, and it's like, oh, another one of these people. So I hope that he doesn't feel like that. That would make me feel a little bit bad. Big Graham, thinking about selling perfumes and colognes. I got a wholesaler with competitive prices, but my concern is the hazmat aspect of it. What do you know about this category? A lot of it will depend. If you're not hazmat, you'll have to be hazmat approved. If you can see, you can look. So when you go onto Amazon, I'm trying to think of the video that I posted this in because I can't show you right now on my phone. But if you go onto the Amazon app, if it already has an ASIN, if you're talking about a wholesaler and not someone you're trying to private label through, you can look at what the ASIN is on the Amazon app, and right next to the picture on the right side in the middle, if it is hazmat restricted, like you can't send it into FBA at all, then you'll see a little circle right there that is like the circle with the cross through it. That's red, and that'll show you. Which video is that? I really don't remember, but there's a lot. That's something I should just make a separate video on. Is hazmat stuff, but you'll see that, and you'll know that you can't send it into FBA at all, even if you are able to send in hazmat stuff like I am. Otherwise, if you go onto Amazon and search like request approval for hazmat program, you might have to go through a process to do that. And I just got engaged in that because of my sales history. It took me about 8 months, but if you have an actual distributor, you might be able to request that with invoices through Amazon as well. But I'm not 100% sure if you're able to do that like other categories or things like that. That's just something that, yeah, you could look into that. But if on the app, when I'm in stores doing retail arbitrage, I'm able to check to see if I'm able to send something in, because sometimes aerosolized stuff or flammable stuff you can't send. Mostly flammable stuff. And you do have a different storage limit for those type of things than you do other type of goods on Amazon. Don't do hazmats. What is cologne another word for it? Cologne another word for perfume. Yeah, cologne is just what we call in America perfume for men. Don't do hazmat items. I do some hazmat stuff, and I have sold it. The one thing that's annoying about hazmat stuff is they make you send it in a separate shipment and pay for your own shipping. And so if you watch my recent shipment video, I actually took the hazmat stuff out of my shipment, and it's still in the back of my van instead of shipping it in, because I had one shipment of 2 units and one shipment of 1 unit. They were going to 2 different places, and I did not want to have to worry about that at all. Just because I was spending more money on shipping than it was going to be profitable. Prince J, hey fam, just sent in my first shipment today. I just want to say thank you for all the knowledge. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting the channel, man. Congrats on the first shipment. Robin Hendrickson, wait, Gabe's kicked you out for filming or scanning? I got one by me, so I need to be careful. Yeah, Robin, you could probably check out that video. It's got a big caked out thing on the thumbnail, but that was just because they said for scanning. I was confused, because that's what I thought too. In that video, I go through the whole process, but I was in the store and scanning stuff, and I was also talking to my camera, and like I got kicked out one other store for talking to a camera right after. If you guys know, on the TikTok, they had like a Ross employee got fired because he was filming in Ross, and right after that, I had some manager like kick me out of a Ross because they said you can't, like, it's against our policy for employees to film. I'm like, I'm not an employee. Like, why are you kicking me out for? That was weird. That was in another video as well, but. The Gabe's one, I thought it was for filming. So they're like, hey, we're gonna have to ask you to stop taking pictures. And I was like, oh, they see the camera. They're saying taking pictures. They're not videoing. So I put the camera away, and I kept scanning. And they're like, hey, you can't scan in here. I was so confused. And then they kicked me out just for scanning. And the man, I'm glad I didn't like wait for the man. I didn't know it was the manager at the time, but I'm glad I didn't wait for them to go away, because I saw later that they were just like staring at cameras at the front of the store. It was a very weird experience. Did not 10 out of 10. Don't recommend. Not Gabe's, because I've heard Gabe's could be really good. Other people on that video commented that Gabe's is good, and it was an anomaly of an experience. I was trying to make that an adjective. Animalogical? That's a weird word. But it was an anomaly of an experience. But yeah, that was weird. I think you should be fine when you're scanning. Like, I don't know if that. Like, it's the weirdest part to me about that is, like, I'm trying to give you guys money. I'm trying to give you guys more money, and you won't let me give you money. Like, what? I spent $30 there. I probably would have spent $150 because I didn't scan through the stuff that I normally source, so I wasn't as comfortable with it. It's just like, come on, guys, what are you doing? That was annoying. What's up, man? How you been? Mac Reacts. I've been good. How have you been, Mac? Well, I've been alright. If you watched yesterday's video, you know. I've been mostly good. A little bit burnt out, but This has been really reinvigorating. This is why I do YouTube, is connecting with you guys and not necessarily just being helpful, but just sharing that experience and being a place to commiserate. With taxes, you do get gas write-off, and your van is your office. You calculate the van as office space write-off. If so, what would the space cost? I don't calculate the van as an office space because it's a home office deduction that normally people are taking, and I will be taking my home office as that for the rest of the time that I lived in an apartment for the first 10 months of the year, 9 months. Technically 10 months because of the lease, but we left a month before our lease, even though we paid out our lease, so I could probably write that off, but I'm not going to. Just because ethically, I don't think that's something you should do. That's very much up for debate, though. I don't have that as a strong opinion. But we won't be taking the van space as a write-off, but most of the things that we can do in the van, we will, especially because one of the reasons that we did the van is to create content around that. So that's another source where, like, we will be taking write-offs. That's something I do have to talk to my tax guy about. All of that is in QuickBooks as business expenses, but some of it might not be able to be written off. We'll see what happens, but especially because we had to buy the van and do a lot of that stuff. Right now on QuickBooks, it says we've earned like $6,000 of profit throughout the whole year. So having saved $5,000 for taxes is pretty good, which is pretty much all that profit, but it's because we bought a whole van and built it out, like all that stuff. So a lot of that was saved money, but since most of it should be a business expense, and we've contributed that money to the business for a write-off, we shouldn't have to pay almost anything in taxes this year, which will make the $4,000 that we just dropped on getting the van fixed feel a little bit less when we get to take most of that as a bonus towards the end of the year. Okay. Good question, though. Anthony, I just write off my mileage, too. I use an app called MileIQ. It tracks every time I start driving, and it charges miles for taxes. Yeah, I don't really... I've known that you could do that, but I personally don't really do that as much. I use the Notes app. I talked about this in my day in the life video, but I just, I put all of the, the start and end mileage whenever I'm driving there. And, sometimes I'll just estimate it, because I've not written off as much as I can write off, but I also don't need to when I'm only going to be paying, $300 in taxes anyways. Because my income is so low. And then I have everything in a master mileage spreadsheet over here, which, yeah, but I've heard good things about MileIQ. I just personally don't want to pay for something that I do for free now that I don't feel burdened by. If I eventually feel like, oh, this is annoying, this is too much, I'll probably end up buying that. But especially as I'm trying to build up these businesses with as minimal expenses as possible, I'm not necessarily interested in that because that's not something that's going to make me money necessarily. How do I win a giveaway? Cheesehead loves slipping. It's right off, just right off. Yeah, so the giveaway right now is just Amazon returns. So what we have left, we have 3 claims. We have left are this Amazon speaker, or not Amazon, this Altec Lansing portable speaker. It just returns. All you have to do is let me know that you want it, and then reach out to me on Instagram with your address, and I'll ship it out to you at my expense. It's just a portable speaker right here. Bluetooth guy. We also have these Skull Candy headphones, which are pretty big in your ears, honestly. This part of it's pretty big, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but if you want it, maybe yours. And then the last thing are these. Well, the last 4 things, everything's getting really hot because it's on fire, are these 4 fishing lures right here, which are some Berkeley, I think they're mostly bass lures, but you can claim one of them, and if no one else claims them, you can have that. So that's how you would win. That's how you claim a giveaway. It's not really winning. You just gotta say you want it, and then after you claim it, I'll put it to the side over there where we got the other people who've claimed stuff, and message me on Instagram so I can ship it out to you. Yes, he laughs at how some boxes show up to Amazon. Oh, rough. I'm trying to pack it as neatly as I can, but I also just want to get my stuff there without spending as much money or as much time. You can also add your mileage in Inventory Lab to keep track of it. Yes, Jonah, I know Inventory Lab does have an accounting tab completely where you can put all that stuff in, but since my LLC covers not only my Amazon business, but right now also this YouTube channel, and then the YouTube channel that I have with my wife, as well as another side also that she has just as our umbrella company. Everything goes into QuickBooks so that we can manage all of that. Eventually, maybe this year, if YouTube does well enough, as each of them can become enough to be a full-time income source, we're going to branch off LLCs for each specific different organization, media thing. Mostly because Amazon and YouTube aren't 100% related, and so our 2 YouTube channels can live under the same LLC. That's fine, but having a media department as well as the sales department under the one LLC as different LLCs, so we have the umbrella corporation and the other ones, is something that we're going to look into doing just so that we can remove a little bit of liability in case someone on Amazon, in case something happens on Amazon, or I say the wrong thing about someone on here and they decide to sue me for whatever reason. I don't think that will ever happen, but people are crazy. So I will be hopefully splitting that liability a little bit. But yes, I know that you can do that on Inventory Lab, and that's what I pull to go against my 1099 what the Amazon will send me. But I did just yesterday or today get a request for a tax video, so we will be making a video about Amazon taxes, not as a tax pro, but just like what I do, so that you guys can check into that, because taxes are a pain in the butt. Max, at Inbound, there's no system. You scan the bin box, then you scan the articles like you do when you send it in. There's nothing you can do wrong. That's what I figured, and like I haven't had any problems with it, but it's just weird for me. Like sometimes some of my small stuff, either some stuff will get over scans, and some stuff will get under scanned, and it just is what it is. I worry about what I can. Have you thought about looking into grocery for replenishables? Floridian, yes, I have thought about that, and I am planning on making a video about that soon with camera scanning, because someone requested that I do that. But I have thought about it. It's not been something that I've needed to do yet, so I haven't done it, but I've thought about it at least. If it's thought that counts, that's what they say. Chris, hello from Southern Oregon. Ooh, beautiful. I cannot wait to be out west. I can't wait to be in the PNW, hopefully next summer. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you so much for commenting and for being here. You've probably already been asked, but what's your favorite store to source? I haven't been asked. Mental Beats. Good question. I'm going to be making a video in the next week, I think, called my 6 most profitable stores. And I have all like the data on that on Inventory Lab, because I used to do like everything based on store, and then I realized I can just put retail, and then I won't have to worry about which store it came from. So these numbers are actually going to be lower than what it is in terms of total profit. That's a good thing to know. But anybody sells. But yeah, so my favorite store, Academy Sports and Outdoor. By far, sending small stuff that's high profit. I get replenishables there. They have a lot of great deals, a lot of phenomenal clearance deals. Yeah, Academy is my favorite. Second favorite right now, Staples. Staples is killing it. Those two stores, especially as beginners, are really good because you don't need to get ungated and a lot to sell there. Sports and Outdoors doesn't have a lot of gates. Office Supplies, I don't think, has a lot of gates. At least some of the other beginners said that. I think Nerda is on the channel, pretty new over the past couple weeks. They said that they did a lot of stuff through Staples. And so those are two of my favorite stores right now. And then Ross and Walmart are there. Walmart's higher than Ross. But I like going to Ross more because it's more fun than it is at Walmart. But Walmart, I found more profit overall. But we'll go through all that here in a couple of minutes, or in a couple of days, weeks, whenever it comes out. Hey fam, you should make a podcast. Prince, I've thought about that, and that's something that I'm interested in doing. I'm not sure if I want to diversify into that this year upcoming or the next year, but for sure I do. Krista says I have a good podcasting voice, and I can definitely ramble. And I know that I like to go a little bit deeper on a lot of things, and that's a lot easier on a podcast medium. And I've had some other people who said that I should podcast just so that they can listen like as they're sourcing whatever, and I think that's a phenomenal idea. So I'm interested in getting into that. I'm just not sure what that looks like. And as I start to plan out this next year and think about what these quarters are going to be split up into doing, maybe it'll be something that I look at in the last couple quarters of the year. But I'm definitely interested in doing some podcasting, and that'll obviously be on YouTube as well, because I gotta be on camera, you know. What's nice about YouTube, and the reason that I love it so much, is just like the ad, and why that will have to be on YouTube is like I could put it on this channel and like maybe as a separate thing, but that'll have guaranteed income whenever I start that, just because ad revenue being monetized, and so that's just been so nice. Matt, can I get those headphones? Oh, sorry. Pretty good. Been training for the competitions next year. Glad to see you're doing well. What competitions? That's cool. I don't know what competitions that's for, but that's awesome. You get the headphones for sure. Just reach out to me on Instagram. Those are for Mac. Got 3 speakers and the headphones done, and it says at AMBDNZA. Just reach out to me on Instagram with the Addy, and I'll ship it your way. Bluetooth speaker. All right, there goes the last speaker. Cool. So now we just got 4 fishing lures, and yeah, just reach out to me on Instagram, please, with your address so I can ship it out to you guys. I don't know when it'll get to you, but I'll ship it out soon, and I'll send you guys some tracking information when you send that. Also, if you guys watched the Cody Co reaction video that I did a couple weeks back, which you probably didn't because most people didn't, it only has like 300 views, which is pretty low for me now, which is crazy because I would have killed for 300 views like 6 months ago. Oh, support's been unreal this year. But I gave away some shoes in that one too, so that was cool. It's nice living in a van. You get rid of all your stuff. Oof. Tactical Z, I think you were a second too late for the speaker, man. I'm sorry. If I get another one returned, though, I can send it your way. But I haven't gotten anything else returned like that yet. Stefan, what's going up? Or what's going up? What's going on? Stefan, if you guys... My first reaction video I did was of Stefan. Stefan Yaz in the chat right now. This video right now is like 25,000 views. I'm going to take like 0.5% credit for that because the video is really good. It's about why he quit after 30 days doing retail arbitrage. So go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. watch my reaction video first or after, whichever one you want, but what's going on to him. But his video's been crushing it. One video on his channel has more views than my top video on my channel, which has been wild. Benny Sells, what's going on? Cole, what's going on? Good to see you here. What has been your top 3 replenishables? I can't say that. I'm still selling them. If you want one that I've sold some of, and I've sold similar things to, watch the video that I posted today, and you'll get an idea of what you potentially could look for, because one of them just became profitable again. That's similar to the thing that I put in today's video as the example. But today's video, if you haven't watched it yet, the video is titled, like, nobody talks about this Amazon FBA strategy, and it's about how to sell inventory that has been sitting at Amazon for a while that you have to sell for a loss, and why that can actually make you multiple 100% profit. Sorry, I'm burpy now. But I can't tell you what my top replenishables have been. Ross is crazy messy right now. Mark profits. Whew, good to know, because I haven't been reselling. I haven't been reselling in probably 2 weeks. I've just been focusing on YouTube pretty explicitly. I was planning on going in Panama City Beach when I was over there, but I ended up not going there, which you'll know if you watch my Day in the Life video from 2 days ago. But that was not the best for me. But I also know that, like, Q4 is a crazy time to source. It's a great time to sell, but it's not the best time to source. Out of sight, are you on gated Squishmallows? I have no idea. I don't think so. Here, let me check. I'll show you how to check. Let's see. I'm just going to search up on Amazon real quick. We'll go into Seller Central. I don't think I'm ungated in Squishmallows, to be honest. Not SE. I'm not ungated in like a ton of toys. Alright, inventory. We'll add a product, and we're just going to search up Squishmallows. Squishmallows. Got a bunch of those. Show variations. New. Apply to sell. Probably not ungated, that means. Let's see if they'll let me. Request approval. Nope. So I have to send in documents if I want to get approved. So I didn't know before, but apparently the answer is no. Good to know. And if you didn't know how to see if you could get ungated in a brand, that's how you do it. Pretty simple. Sourcing at Lowe's, out of sight. I don't source at Lowe's. I haven't sourced a lot at Lowe's. Personally, I think I've sold a couple things from Lowe's. I can check my supplier profitability report from Inventory Lab. I think I've sold a couple lights when I was there when I first got started on Amazon, mostly because I needed to, like, go into Lowe's for something else. And let me look in the last all time to see what supplier was profitable. And we have Lowe's here at, yeah. Oh, never mind. 1 unit sold, 1 unit refunded, and it was refunded damage, so I lost money. That's sad. Brutal. Okay. If you pay for YouTube, you can actually listen to YouTube without being in the app. That's true. YouTube Premium. And what's nice about that is I'll still get money from that on YouTube Premium revenue. You don't get a lot of money, but it's probably similar to the amount that you get from ad revenue, because the percentage of whatever you pay to YouTube gets split with the creators. I think it's 50-50, 60-40. I'm not exactly sure. But whoever you watch actually still makes some of that money. So you're still supporting creators if you get YouTube Premium, which is nice. Thinking about starting my own YouTube channel, WT40, and following on your lead of having Amazon and YouTube as incomes. Can you make a video on what equipment you started with and what you're using now? That's a good suggestion for sure. I have a video, it did even worse than the Cody Code video that I posted at the beginning of this month. Because one of the things that, as a YouTube person, you'll want to know this, but every video I try to have an idea of what I want the video to accomplish. Most videos are discoverable videos. So I want more people to get their eyeballs on them and watch them because they'll have higher view counts, I'll get better ad revenue. Some videos are community videos. Like the video that I posted yesterday where, like, it was the truth about Vlogmas. YouTubers maybe shouldn't do it. Like that's what I posted. So, like, people who are interested in YouTube will watch that video, but a lot of the people who are just really invested in the channel and just watch almost everything that I put out, which I'm so grateful for. There's a lot of people like that who I see commenting all the time. But they'll go watch that video too, and that's more, like, that video and some other ones I've done about burnout are just more like community-driven videos. Like, hey, this is what I'm feeling right now. Like, this isn't the best, but let's talk about it. And it's more of a community kind of thing, as well as some, like, update videos and things. A lot of those are discoverable, but some more community. And then one of them are also sales videos. And so some videos that I put up, like, it's not the only purpose. Obviously, you'd like it to be discovered, but the main purpose is, like, hey, check out this thing. If you want this thing, go and buy it, and you can get... Hey, Cole, I see that you're in here too, and you're a moderator. Real quick. They're taking every 2 seconds. I have a 2-second delay on everything. I'm reporting this, what's going on. But sorry about that. I don't know why on such small streams people will come with this all this BS. They shouldn't be able to. How do I hide user on the channel? Okay. Cool. So they should be hidden now. Sorry about that. I don't know why that happens. But sales videos. So like some videos that I put out, like the purpose of the video is to get like sales, mostly affiliate sales. I don't sell anything myself right now, but a couple videos at the beginning of the month were more for that. Hey Stefan, yeah, for sure. Cole's a moderator. I got you as a moderator as well. Let me add you as well. Cool. So you're added as a moderator. Cole's also, I saw him earlier. But so at the beginning of the month, I posted a couple videos that were more sales-driven videos. And so if we look here, this video right here is a lot of what you're looking for. These are 11 things. I said these 11 items made me a better YouTuber, but if you look, like, it didn't get a lot of views. It only got 239 views. Some of the other ones, like this resellers one, which is a reseller's gift guide, 680. This one, which was about like the EO scanner, got like 900 or something. So some of them do really well. But also, like, the purpose of that was to get affiliate sales, which is why my affiliate income from Amazon specifically this month is like, I've already made $170, which has been wild to me. And I'm planning on making a video about that because they almost shut down my account a couple days ago, and they shut down my account 4 times before that. But I will definitely, I screenshotted that to make a video. I have some other videos coming out about YouTube as income here pretty soon, mostly just because, yeah, it's a great way to make some money, and I want to diversify from just reselling content to like how people can make money and understand their finances and their ways of income as a part of their overall lifestyle. Thank you for reporting that as well. Let's see. Cool. The Savage race and the Spartan race. That's awesome, Mac. One of the things that Chris and I were planning on doing, I need to start working out a lot more. I'm going to buy some trail running shoes here soon, but Chris and I are going to, in May, do the rim to rim to rim on the Grand Canyon, which is basically where you go from one rim to the other and back, which is like 45 or 50 miles in a day. And we have some friends who are coming in who are long distance runners who are going to do that with us. We're planning on doing that, and I really need to start training and not drinking this as much if I want to do that well. But that's awesome, Mac. Congrats, man. It's done. How do you juggle? Congrats on getting those boxes, shit, man. How do you juggle working out with YouTube and retail arbitrage? That's a good question. One of the things that I did a lot of this month specifically is just knowing what I want to focus on. For a while, like at the so let's back that up and actually answer this succinctly. I started doing retail arbitrage to do YouTube. My YouTube channel is from 2019. July is when I posted my first video. I really wanted to help people with their money, understanding like how to manage your money as a young person getting started in the world. Obviously, I don't know everything, but I want to share my experience. I thought I knew a lot more then than I realized that I don't know now. It's kind of the Dunning-Kruger effect where your experience versus what you know is very different. But when I started YouTube, I did not get a lot of traction. My videos, just the quality wasn't great. I wasn't good at YouTube in general. And I realized I was working at a really toxic environment, working at Enterprise, being a manager there. I was working 55 hours a week, so I stopped YouTube for a while. Then I got started again when I started working at a bank, because that was with money that was more interesting. And then I was with a really toxic manager, very bad situation. And so I was like, okay, I gotta quit my job if I want to do this. And so I was like, how can I quit my job faster? Because YouTube wasn't going to get me there anytime soon. And so I found retail arbitrage and stopped doing YouTube for a while, started doing retail arbitrage, and it's been like a weird balancing act ever since. After I quit my job in November, I didn't actually post a YouTube video until the end of December, even though the purpose was for leaving my job for YouTube, but it was like that initial inertia that you had to get over to actually start doing it. I couldn't for whatever reason. And so I was just doing retail arbitrage and still pulling out the money that I needed to. And then in Q2, I was like, okay, I need to sit down and actually set some goals. So I actually posted a video way back then. Oh man, I'm probably gonna have to go back 100 videos right now. That's crazy. I posted so many videos this year. But way back when, I posted a video about goals. It was in the middle of April. Yes. If you see way back here, this video says goals that work, which is from April 17th. I set some goals right before Q2, which is April through June, and I was like, okay, I need to get monetized by June. That was my goal. I was like, I think I can do this. I need to do this. So I was like, I'm going to post shorts every day for 45 days, like a video every single day. And so I did shorts for like 28 days, and then I got my first or second dose of the vaccine, and like we just got knocked out for like a 24-hour period as we were recovering from it, and I didn't post a short, and I was like, oh, okay, this sucks. And so I wasn't doing a lot of retail arbitrage then. When I was in Orlando, it was a lot easier because I would just have 2 days on retail arbitrage, 1 day in shipping every 2 weeks, and so I would film that, and then that would be a video, and then I would also post my other videos. And as my YouTube channel grew, eventually I was able to get monetized towards the end of June, which is really cool. And so I was still doing a lot of retail arbitrage though, and then I stopped everything when I was building out the van. And getting into the van, I started by starting retail arbitrage because it's a lot. It seems like it'd be easier to make YouTube videos, but I feel like there's more pressure on it than there is retail arbitrage because I can just go and like find stuff, and it's all myself. And I am an introverted person. I'm definitely an extroverted introvert, but I'm an introvert. Like in terms of what gives me energy, and so going and like finding stuff is just by myself, whereas making this is more extroverted energy that I have to expend. And so I started by doing retail arbitrage, and then I was realizing that like my default work was that instead of YouTube, which is the reason that I started retail arbitrage, was to do YouTube. And so this month in December, I've only done retail arbitrage or any sort of reselling while I've been filming it. I haven't done anything outside of that, and I haven't done a lot of that because obviously you've seen the videos I film. It's been a lot of those type of videos, but those are pretty like if you look at the hours that I've actually spent doing retail arbitrage, probably like less than 10 hours this month so far, which is awesome. That's pretty freaking cool. If we're talking, not including the shipment, but like that's pretty cool that I've been able to pull out the money that I have. And so that was pretty cool. And so, but I realize now like that's not necessarily what's good for me in general. That should be the default, is doing less retail arbitrage unless I'm doing YouTube with it. But I feel like that's been limiting. Like I could have sent in a lot more inventory. I would have done more sourcing in Panama City Beach if I didn't have that restriction on myself. And it didn't lead me to doing more YouTube. It just led me to doing bad rest, like watching. I binged The Witcher in like 3 days, both seasons. Like just doing stuff that wasn't beneficial for me in either my business or my personal life. And so that wasn't something that was good. And so moving forward, balancing that is definitely going to be more towards the YouTube side and more towards doing lots of retail arbitrage, but for the purpose of YouTube, but also just like if I want to go and do it, because I've had inclinations where it's like, I just want to go source here. Because I bought fishing stuff in Panama City Beach, and I saw there was so much profit. I just left the profit on the shelf because I wasn't filming. And I like literally saw 10 things that I've sold as replenishments before that I haven't had access to at any other Walmarts, and I saw them there that I would have made $50 just if I would have picked them off the shelf, and I didn't do it because I set that restriction on myself. And so I'm glad that I did that. I feel very disciplined that I did that. But moving forward, I don't want to set that restriction on myself, but more the rule. Like the rule is I'm going to do reselling while I'm filming rather than just doing reselling. But I can break the rule because I made the rule. I know the rule. Like it doesn't have to, that's not like the law. It's just a rule. You could break a rule. Like it's okay. It's not an end all be all. And so that's kind of how I'm hoping to balance it. But I don't have the answer. I don't have any answers, to be honest with you. That was really long-winded. I thought about that a lot, but I haven't been able to express it, if you couldn't tell. Joanna, are you engaged in Squishmallows? They have crazy ROI. Did not realize that. Maybe that's something I should actually look into doing that. Personally, just do a lot of tennis. But winter time, I tend to gain like 5 pounds. That's not a lot of, that's like nothing. I've been thinking of doing jump ropes, but it's not as fun as tennis. I love soccer. One of my crazy dreams is to build YouTube, reselling, whatever businesses up to the point where I can open my own soccer complex. I want to have a soccer store, not resell, like just distributors, send me inventory. I sell soccer stuff with like a place that people can go test it, and then I want to have like outdoor fields, indoor fields, arena fields, futsal courts. I want to have a massive soccer complex. That's one of my dreams that I would love to have, like pretty close to my house and just like as one of my businesses that I own eventually. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I agree. Like finding that one thing that you really love to do to work out and then not being able to do it. Like it's been a lot harder in the van because I have to find those places and then find the people to play with. But yeah, that's a struggle too. 2 things that I sell would think are what is popular at the moment, such as Christmas, Easter, weight loss in the new year, etc. Top things that sell, I would think are what is popular. Victoria. Yeah, I personally don't do a lot of that type of stuff. I like have never done any like seasonal things. At least that's what I thought. I talked about fishing stuff earlier, which was more seasonal because they're fishing seasons. And so I haven't sold a lot of that recently, but I have not been doing a lot of, I don't do any of that kind of stuff because I don't like the potential of never being able to offload it until a full year later. And so I try to stay away from seasonality personally. Amazon is a shipment I sent to FBA at 11.5, still an inbound Amazon seller. Oof, Mark, that stinks. I hate when I've had that happen before too, where it's just been like months before shipments get checked in. I don't know why it happens, but it's a pain. Have you tried sourcing at Bass Pro Shops? Prince, I did. Not a lot. I'm gonna try there again. I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna put that as a screenshot as well for my unicorn finds series that I'm doing, where I go and try to find new stores to resell. I tried before the Bass Pro Shops in Orlando that I went to, which is the only one that I had access to before and the only one I've tried, didn't have any clearance, so I just never went back. They had no clearance. I couldn't really find a lot. I probably could have found stuff. I probably could have found some replenishables, but their prices are a little bit steeper and they didn't have any clearance, so I didn't find anything personally. That was a pain. Alright. Yeah, thanks for reporting that as well, Randy and Mimi. Just a pain. Will we be able to rewatch this video once the live is done? Carrie, I wasn't planning on having it live on, but yeah, you can. I'll probably keep it. I'll probably keep it live for a little bit. It doesn't, because I've been posting so much. It's not gonna clog up my uploads anyways. But yeah, shopping from the laptop. Thanks, cool. When you started out in retail arbitrage, did start with books? Big Ray, good question. So I answered this a little bit in my categories video, which is a video about like the top category to start selling on Amazon. I'm gonna show you what that video is in case you haven't seen it yet, but I'll definitely answer it too. So it's this video. I did start out with books. I reacted to a Fields of Profit video. He does a lot of online arbitrage, like way bigger seller than me. Makes a lot more money than I do on Amazon. But we have different purposes. Like he wants to grow that into a massive business. I want to grow YouTube into a massive business. We have different ideas. And so he does a lot, but he put out a video of like some of the best things. And I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's okay. Like it's not necessarily wrong. But I did start out with books, my first thing, but then I didn't know anything else because I hated books. I think I'm negative profit on books overall, and I just personally didn't like doing it. It is a place that you could do good. I got one comment that I think is funny. I'll read it to you. I won't show you who made the comment, but it's on that video, and the comment was, I get these comments sometimes. It's like, did you actually watch that video, or did you like just want to be heard? Which is a valid thing. Some people just need to be heard. But the comment was like, jeez, come on. I'm getting so many comments. You guys are the best. Where is it? Shoot. I'm trying to find it. Where the heck is the comment? I'm sorry about this. Essentially, I can't. Oh wait, there. Nope, that's not it. I thought I found it. Essentially, the comment is like, books is profitable. Stop deceiving people. And I was like, I didn't say it's not profitable. I just said it didn't work for me. Like, this is both of our experiences are valid. What are you talking about? Some people just don't watch stuff. It's weird. I don't get it. But that's what it is. Books are solid, and it's changing from ebook to classic again, I think. Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, my wife does a lot of ebooks, but she also really liked having just regular books. But we also did most of the stuff from the library, so I don't know. Stefan, have you ever considered buying blackout labels instead of peeling off labels? I have never considered that, actually. I didn't know that was a thing that you could do. I personally don't think I would ever do that, though, just in case someone was able to get the label off and just see where I purchased it from. Because you could probably honestly flip, after you take the, if someone wants to take the black off label off and flip it over, you could probably see like the Marshall's tag or something. It's an interesting idea. I don't think it would necessarily save enough time to be worth the hassle, especially because some labels are just so, like some labels are like the massive Marshall's labels, but that's an interesting idea. If anyone does that, I'd be interested. Can I get some of your energy, Big Ray? I would love to bottle it up and give it to you, but I don't think that's possible. Maybe sometimes here's what you have to do, actually. If you create a YouTube channel and then get people to react with you on live and feel like you need to entertain them for 98 minutes, then you'll probably get a little extra energy, to be honest. I was not feeling this when I started, but I am now. This hasn't hurt either. My channel is built on mainly lives. Oh, I thought you said like people's lives. Mainly live streams. But I want to start doing a weekly video. Just having trouble finding the time to get it done. Yeah, that's definitely fair, Victoria. One of the things that helped me a lot, like obviously, like editing time is cut down so much by doing that. If you're doing adventure content, like your name says, Adventures with Victoria, that has been one of the things that's been a little bit harder for me. Our channel, The Story Travelers, where we do that type of content, a little more lifestyle adventure type of content. I didn't even get last week's video up just because I was so overwhelmed with this stuff. But yeah, this week but I'm planning on getting up eventually. The problem is like the editing just takes a while. The one thing that helped is, even if it is an adventure channel, one thing that we did that's really helped out with how we're doing is filming for the edit. That's one of the main things that I've learned on this channel. And the reason why I started using whiteboards and paper is because at the beginning of my channel, I would do so much time animating things, and like redacting information on screen recordings. And so I just stopped doing screen recordings, and I stopped like doing animations for the most part. Sometimes I still do them, but since it's mostly information and I really value authenticity and showing you guys authentically my life, I feel like this can't be more authentic than showing really fancy animations. And if I show you the screen, I can redact with what my camera lens is seeing instead of just trying to redact stuff in post. And so that helps me save so much time. All I have to do is put the camera, like all I have to do is put my SD card into my computer. I don't have to add almost anything on my timelines anymore, which has really helped me to not have to worry about like time editing. Like the video I posted today, I started working on it at 11:30. It was up by 1:30 because I was able to film, edit, and like get it up really fast because I was shooting for the edit, knowing what I need to do. And I don't think it loses a lot of relatability because my average like view duration watch time is over 50% on average, especially at the beginning. It's closer to 60%, and it used to be 35 to 40. And so like that's definitely been a helpful thing as well. But for adventure channels, doing that for us was really helpful. Like our New York video that we just put out on the Story Travelers channel was really easy to edit because we knew the main points that we wanted to talk about. And so those are the main things that we would shoot instead of just trying to shoot everything. And so if you have like a general story that you want to outline, that'll help you a lot with your edit, which is the main thing that probably takes time in doing that and getting started. All right. Who are the top 3 resellers you watch on YouTube? Joanna, good question. I honestly, personally don't watch a lot of reselling YouTube. I know a lot of them. I'll like watch them for information that I want to get, but personally that's not necessarily the type of content that I enjoy, which is why it's weird to me that I kind of make that content and why I want to like have different styles of content that aren't necessarily reselling. I like Fields of Profit a lot. I watch a lot of his stuff. Just like a lot of good information, and I'm trying to get into online arbitrage. I did do a lot of Reezy resells. He hasn't posted a lot anymore. I like the Flipping Accountant as well. There's a lot of video game stuff. But like genuinely, I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I watched the Beard Picker, who's been here before. Tropics in the chat as well. He has a YouTube channel mostly about crypto. I think he asked that question that I'm going to get to in a second. I don't understand what his titles mean though. Like DAOs, I know generally what they are, but that's something that I'm looking into this next year. But let me answer your question. I think you said you invest in a crypto Tropic, but I don't invest in crypto now. That's something that I am going to definitely be getting into this year. As I get more disposable income, I just had to invest in these businesses in order to get them off the ground, to quit my job to do that. But that is something I'm interested in. But dude, if you want to hop on a call with me and explain to me what the heck is going on, honestly, I just need to like fully watch your videos. I just haven't been doing that as much. But DAOs confuse the crap out of me. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, let me make sure. Message or check. Okay, cool. Man, I wish I could sell my energy to you guys. I don't know if I would sell it. I'm trying not to sell as much stuff as I can. I want to give you guys as much for free, but can't do that much energy. Maybe we should start a small bolo group like some of the other RA YouTubers. I mean, potentially that could be interesting. That might be something that like we do if I do a Discord or something like that. I don't have any I don't honestly have any ideas or any strong desire to create anything like that right now. It's something that could potentially be there. I don't want to gate very much. I don't want to financially gate a lot to people, and mostly do things by donation rather than actual financial gating, because a lot of people who are looking to get into this are onto their like last dollar or whatever, and a lot of time people will like sell people like be like, oh, you need this if you're on your last dollar. It's like, no, like if they need this on their last dollar, give it to them. Like, what are you talking about? And so I've thought about doing a course on a donation basis, like, hey, this is what I think this is worth. You could pay me or have it for free. I've thought about doing a group or something, but that's something that if enough people show interest in, like, I could potentially be interested in doing, but that would take a lot of time to kind of set up and figure out potentially. But that is an interesting idea, Mark. After stream is finished, you can watch it at uploads. When it comes to reselling, I sell whatever will give me profit. I will do just about any category. Cool, me too, but that means I have to scan it first, and I tend to scan the categories I scan, but I won't sell anything. Also, have you ever done online arbitrage? Not yet. Well, a little bit. I did online arbitrage with stuff that I previously purchased retail arbitrage, but not straight up online arbitrage. Something I'm looking into, though. My next video is my 200th? Oh, I didn't realize that. It's probably not going to be special, but that's really cool. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, that's crazy how much has happened. How much has happened so quick. Excuse me. Leave. I'll be start posting to eBay for the new year. I went to have Amazon, Mercari, and eBay diversify my selling. Reselling is definitely my thing. That's awesome, Cole. I love that so much. I think, yeah, especially diversification is super important, especially because a lot of platforms can like kick you off on a whim. And like there are signs that it can come, but there's not a lot of longevity with all these platforms, which is why like from Amazon I was really hell-bent on diversifying into YouTube. And like I want YouTube to be my main thing, but I want to diversify my income, not just ad revenue. Like I'm making this month, I'll probably make about 60% of my revenue from ad revenue, and the other I'll make from affiliates. And then hopefully in the next 2 months, I'll start to actually get some sponsorships that I'm in the talks with now. And so like having just all of these different diversified income streams is really helpful. And like if you don't have that, if you're making a lot of money, just ensuring that you're actually investing in savings so that if something does happen, you're not just out on your butt. It's super important. I totally agree. Also, wait, just finished watching today's video. Saw you were live. What a pleasant surprise. Thanks for watching that, man. I've seen you comment on a bunch of my videos recently. Said you're catching up. Really enjoying your other channel. Thank you, Floridian. I bet you can't wait until this Vlogmas ends. Seems a little stressful. Honestly, like, yes and no. I think yes in the sense that, like, it's been pretty all-consuming, but no in the sense that, like, my views have like, the outcome, I really want to not stop. I want the outcome to continue, because I showed you guys yesterday, but I'll show you the analytics today, because most people probably haven't seen yesterday's video. I don't know exactly what's on the call, but like my incomes have been just awesome so far, and just like views and people who've actually come to the channel. This is the last 28 days. This is when Vlogmas started, and if you look at the last 90 days, no, last 90 days, see, like, look at that. Vlogmas started here, boom, and like a lot of views. I've only gotten less than 1,000 views one day in December. And before that, I had only gotten over 1,000 views, I think 5 days ever. And so, like, sorry about that screen, tapping that. That's like so cool. And I do think that my baseline will definitely be higher after this. And I think that I've realized how to create content quicker. And I'm hoping that the pressure of not having to put out a video every single day will help me, because personally, like, my personality type is not someone who likes to be told what to do, and even having that external factor of like being told what to do isn't as motivating as just knowing what can come of it. And so knowing that, like, oh, if I post 5 videos a week instead of 3 videos a week, I'll make more money. Even if that's not the rule that I have for myself, will still be helpful. So I definitely want it to stop, but also kind of don't. But I like the income as well. So yeah, like this month's income has been like so much work. Yesterday was the first day. No, only 2 days this month. Not true, because of the beginning of the month. But since the 5th, yesterday, because I got lower views than normal, and the 11th are the only days that I made less than $30 on YouTube. And I made more than that because I made affiliate revenue that I haven't before. Like, I'm gonna make 3 or 4 times more than my last highest month this month because of this, as well as just like you guys supporting the channel so much in every way. So that's just crazy to me that that's happened. Well, I expected this to be an hour long, but I just appreciate the support from everybody to be here. Vlogmas. By the way, I got the 30-day trial for Be Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you. All the, like, here's the thing. If you guys are here, obviously you guys support me a lot more than most of the people who watch my videos. But if you guys do, like, use any of the links down below, you will support, even if you're just, like, replenishing, like, the stuff that you buy to, like, your normal supplies. If you go through any of my Amazon links before you purchase that, even if you don't buy that stuff, you'll actually still support the channel, because I'll still make commission because the cookie will be on your browser. But if you do get those, like, trials and stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't necessarily, this is like an okay product, but I don't love it, like, don't stay with it. I don't need the money. Like, I'm not making a killing. Like, I'm probably gonna make $2,000 of profit just in general. Like, take home, like, I'm making more than enough that I need to survive. We need so little, especially living in the van. Like, please, 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 if you don't want or need something, don't spend money on it because you think it's gonna help me out. Just like watching my videos is more than enough. Like, please don't do that. So like, I've had people who like have seen Be Cool and been like, oh, sorry, I don't like it. I'm not gonna continue. Like, it's not for me. It's like, I don't care. Like, maybe a little bit. Like, maybe part of me is like, yeah, I make 30% affiliate commission on Be Cool. That's crazy. I'm gonna make $700 this month from Be Cool affiliate commissions. But if it's not working for you and that goes down to 0, yeah, that'll hurt a little bit. But it's not gonna kill me. Like, I've set up my finances in a way that I'm fine no matter what happens there. Even though we had to pull out $4,000, $3,500 from our savings, I'm still fine no matter what happens. I'm literally a month ahead in my income account because of the support on the channel and everything, and pulling money from a bunch of different sources. Like, if my YouTube goes to 0 next month, that would suck, but it's not the end of the world for me financially. It'll work out. So please don't hurt yourself on my behalf. It's good to relax every so often. I also binge watched The Witcher. It was so good. Dude, I can't believe I watched it in 3 days. I watched so much of The Witcher. It was so good. We've been watching Game of Thrones too, and I think it's a little bit more second rate than Game of Thrones. But this second season was so good. Also, I did not know that the same guy who played The Witcher played Spider-Man. It's not Spider, Superman, because his eyes look so different. That was weird. Chris is like, oh yeah, duh. I'm like, okay, you're an actor. Okay, you know this stuff. I don't. It was so good. But yeah, it is definitely good to relax. That's something that I just need to work on that skill of. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to give myself more grace for. It's like, hey, I'm 23. Since I got into the workforce when I was 20 after graduating college, like I knew that I knew that I needed to work hard in order to provide, because like I got married super young and like felt a lot of that pressure. A lot of that came from like just like being like listening to a lot of Dave Ramsey stuff. I'm thinking about making a video called Leaving the Cult of Dave Ramsey at some point. But like I knew that I had to work really hard, and like just being indoctrinated like hustle culture a lot, and like that's all really good stuff, and like it'll help me to get far. But also like I need to learn that other muscle of rest, because that'll help me to actually work better. Not necessarily, probably harder, because the work that I do is more half-assed a lot of times, because I don't have the same intentionality when I do it, and so the work isn't necessarily as good. Victoria, mine is a reseller's channel. Awesome. I changed the name of my channel from Adventure and Reselling to Adventures with Victoria a while back, so I could change the focus of my channel, but I haven't done it yet. That's awesome though. I love that too. Just, yeah, and I don't think the names are super important, but one of the reasons I created the channel like I did, and hopefully you guys realize this, I know most people are here from FBA because that's what most of my content is, but I try to make the content, and Victoria, I hope you relate to this, like a lot of the content that I try to make is more surrounded by like my personality, and I want people more to be here to feel like they can hang out with me than like you're giving me this reselling information. They like I am their reselling friend on the internet, but because the channel is more about me, and that's the reason I changed my name from Smart Money Anthony, which I never liked anyways, I think it's kind of a dumb name, to just my name, Anthony Bodanza. Is like, if I want or need to make a pivot into something else, I'm hoping that a lot of people are here not only for reselling, but also for me secondarily, not only for money, but also for me. So like if I make a video that's not about reselling, like it's about YouTube, it'll still get 300 views, which would have been a great video for me 6 months ago. It's not a great video for me now because I know most people aren't going to watch it, and I can understand that, but the people who are here for me will still watch it, and I feel really supported by that. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the channel does. I'm going to have to make sure that I am subscribed to real quick. Adventures with Victoria. Yeah, that's awesome. Also, I just logged onto my channel and saw that myself was looking back at me for this live thumbnail. That was weird. Why is YouTube suggesting my own live stream to me? YouTube's weird sometimes. Do you source at AutoZone? Out of site AutoZone? No, I don't source at AutoZone. Do you source at AutoZone? I'm gonna have to try that. That shop is so small though. I went to AutoZone a lot while I was building out the van, and that place is so small that I really need to. Taking a camera in there will definitely be embarrassing for me, but I'll try it out. Tropic, those are the riskiest of risky things you can do. I would recommend it off the jump. Love to hop on a call and talk about stuff. Also, if you're ever in Illinois, Indiana area, hit me up. Probably not. We're going to be going through Kentucky, kind of St. Louis area, which isn't super close to you. But yeah, definitely hit me up on Instagram. I'd love to chat with you more. I love seeing his channel has been growing freaking crazy. I have something that shows me all the views. Your view counts over these past couple of days has been wild, seeing all this DAO content and stuff. And it's so interesting. And that's more of like what I was talking about, is like I'm interested in getting into and like trying out the risky things, because I can, like I have an operating budget in my YouTube channel, and I can use like $100 from that and like see what that turns into. If it goes to zero, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely not something I would recommend people do. Cool. I sold a vacuum on Mercari local. Really cool. An Uber driver came to pick up the vacuum and deliver it to the customer for me. That's wild. That's really cool. The different companies and weird things that have been created are wild. That's all. Accepting donations will bless you. My husband and I lost everything when the pandemic started. I owned a day spa. My husband was in sales. We started reselling to survive. I'm sorry that happened for you. Hopefully the reselling is going well, and hopefully everything is good for you guys, for sure. However, my Amazon sales are a little down this week. I need to check my price points, see where I'm at. I'm not using a repricer yet. Huh. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, if you want the free trial, just get the free trial. I don't care if you stay with it, but yeah, that's really cool. My sales are kind of average this week, honestly, even with having not sent in it. I'm kind of surprised because I only spent $1,000 this month, and I think I'm going to sell my normal amount, mostly because it's Q4, and I had a lot of stuff that was just inventory that was waiting to be sold, and I was waiting for Q4 prices, and they finally came, but that's cool. Yeah, The Witcher's so good. It was so good. I got to wait for another year. I know. Another year, like The Witcher 2, and then, I don't know if you guys ever seen this on Netflix. There's a thing called Disenchantment, which is just the creators of that recently came out with another conspiracy theory based animation show, but I really like both of those. But Can't wait for the 4th season or 3rd season of Disenchantment to come out. I just never did it. Have everyone tried Amp Seller? I'm doing the trial, but not sure. I personally haven't tried it. I think they might have reached out to me at some point for like some affiliate thing, but I'm not. I don't know. It wasn't them. It was someone else. But interesting. I haven't tried them yet. That's something I might be interested in trying out, seeing about the free trial or whatever. I've heard of Amp Seller before. Amp Seller, Seller Amp. I don't know. I think Fields of Profit just put a. Did he just put a video about it, or was it something else? Fields of Profit. I think he put a video out about Seller Amp. Something about. No, it wasn't Wholesale Suppliers. What video was it? How to find wholesale? No. How much can you do making on it? The new fastest. Yeah, he did Seller Amp SAS. So if you're interested, Fields of Profit has a video 4 videos back about that. If you want to look at how he does that, I watched that video because I was interested in online advertising. That was that. I think that's it in terms of chat. We don't have any more things. We still got a couple fishing lures that I might just have to keep in my tackle box if nobody wants them. Yeah, please, people who message me about wanting the things, I have all of it set aside for you. Just gotta go reach out to me on Instagram. Otherwise, it looks like I was planning on this being an hour, and it looks like we're almost at 2 hours, which is pretty wild. So if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Coming up here in the next couple days. I don't know when the next live will be. If people want more lives, definitely comment that on some of my videos, but these are a little bit harder for me to produce and to do. I'm almost out of beer too, so this is perfect. Happy to have some lures. Who said that? Carrie, awesome. Message me on Instagram. This is my Instagram handle, and I'll ship them out to you at my earliest convenience, not your earliest convenience. Who said that? Dang. Victoria, need to go eat supper, but we'll watch the rest of the live later. This is great. Honestly, Victoria, probably shouldn't. This is going to be the end of it, so congrats. Have a good supper. Really enjoy this. You should do this more often. Have a great night. Thanks, Big Ray. Whenever I get access to some more Wi-Fi and stuff, or have really good service, or in a place for a while, I definitely will. So yeah, you asked me. Anthony, if it wasn't for YouTube, people like you creating ways to make a living, I don't know where we would be. Reselling was amazing, and never brick and mortar business again. That's really cool. Thank you so much for that support. Really appreciate that. But I think this will have to do it. Oh, good for the nephew. It'll be a good late Christmas gift, or my wife's birthday gift, because her birthday's coming up here in the next couple of days. So. As again, I appreciate you guys. Reached out to me on Instagram if you are getting this stuff. I don't know why I'm waving my beer at you guys. And Bass Pro is based out of Springfield, Missouri, and have an outlet store next door to, where they sell clearance items. Springfield. We might have to do that. That's a good idea, because we'll be heading through Missouri in the next week or so on our way to Kansas City. Bye, Renee, Mimi. See you guys, everybody, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.